Boom! Would you look at that? We're back. Welcome back to the Top Rope Renegades. This is episode number 14. This is This Week in Wrestling. I'm Kurt. That is RK over there. We are back. We took a week off because life. That's how things go. We took a week off, but we're back and we're raring and ready to go, ready to record and talk about This Week in Wrestling. RK, how we doing?
I'm tired, man. Not
Feel
gonna
that.
lie, it's been a long 2 fucking weeks. But the good news is we are back. We are ready to do this. We're back talking about wrestling and shit we love. It's been a wild 2 weeks, really. Actually, when you think
Yeah.
about it, there's been a lot of wrestling. I mean, 2 Raws, 2 Smackdowns, 2 NXTs, unfortunately 2 Dynamites, and a Money in the Bank and a Heat Wave.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the most recent week. We're not gonna go back 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck that.
But we are.
Shit happened. Rhea came back.
Yeah,
I
there you
don't know
go.
what happened on Dynamite because I tuned out like 5 seconds in.
Yeah.
And other shit. Oh yeah, and Ethan Page.
Yeah, that happened. We'll do real quick on Money in the Bank and Heat Wave. We'll start with Money in the Bank. What do you think of Money in the Bank?
Chelsea Green died for her
Yeah.
sins.
Yes.
That woman is a legend. Fucking strap a rocket to her and give her the title. Give her all the titles. Give her
Yeah.
AEW's titles. Give them all.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. So Tiffany Stratton missed Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre won the men's Money in the Bank and attempted to cash in on the World Heavyweight title match with Seth Rollins and Damian Priest, only to be interrupted by the one and only CM Punk. Punk interrupts that, and Drew loses his cash in, and Damian Priest retains. It'll be Damian Priest and Gunther at SummerSlam, which we'll talk about that. They had a face-off on this past Monday Night Raw. We'll get into that when we get to the recaps. Anything else important from Money in the Bank? Solo
Yeah,
Sikoa pinned Cody Rhodes. That
he
happened.
did. Only the 4th guy in WWE since Cody's come back to pin him. So,
So that happened.
we're gonna quickly touch on the so-called botch that happened. Whether that was Damian Priest not kicking out
Oh
or
yeah.
production not cueing the music in time. Not really sure how I would stop a pin, anyways, or the
Yeah.
ref knowing something. Nonetheless, it looked bad. It looked horrible. Shit happens. Honestly, in my opinion, the ref should have just went through it and they should have figured it out from there. Yes, it would have ruined a lot of shit, so I understand why they didn't.
Yeah.
But at that point, I think you just got to commit and go, "Hey, yo, we fucked up." And I don't know, figure it out from there. You guys are geniuses. You'll figure it out. Your shows are amazing, but that just it didn't sit right with me. If the ref shouldn't just stop like that. It looked horrible.
Mm-hmm. There were no title changes on Money in the Bank, but we did get a massive title change at Heat Wave. But first, Roxanne Perez retained over Lola Vice. Thank you, Jesus. We were both praying that happened. We did not want Lola Vice to be NXT Women's Champion. Not a big fan of Lola's. Roxanne retained. The tag titles were retained by Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Obafemi beat Wes Lee. We'll get into more Wes Lee stuff here in a minute, which is awesome. We get to talk about NXT. And the new NXT champion, as you can see on your screen right there, Mr. All Ego, Ethan Page. He is your new NXT champion. He was hit with the trick knee, but he fell down onto Javon Evans, who was also hit with a trick knee. And before Trick could make the save and stop the 1-2-3 count, he was held up by Sean Spears. Ethan Page, All Ego, new champion.
Sean Spears basically said it afterwards. I think he might have said it in like on Twitter or something. Or it might have been on the show. I can't remember. But he's like basically, had I seen that you were pinning, you wouldn't have won the title. You won the title because of me, because I wouldn't have stopped Trick if I had seen that you were pinned, pinned Trick.
The highlight was
whoever.
Ethan Page's gear. He's Canadian.
Fire.
But he came out full blood American gear. Fantastic.
So that's classic heel heat. That guy knows what he's doing. He's a Canadian wearing American shit. It's great. In Canada, like, come on, you don't get much better than that. That was fucking brilliant. I was gonna touch on something. I don't remember what it was. What were the matches again? You said it near the beginning. The matches. Roxanne, Lola. Don't care about Lola.
The tag team titles: Axiom and Nathan Frazier against Chase U. They defended and honestly, looking back.
Oh yeah, Wesley. But anyways, go ahead, do your thing.
The Chase U, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom tag team title match might have been one of the best matches of the weekend, if not the best.
That was fantastic.
Such a good tag match. Yes, Wesley lost his final chance to get the NXT North American title from Oba Femi. He cannot challenge for it again as long as Oba is the champion. Good match.
Keep stealing my thunder. I was the one who wanted to talk about Wesley, and you just keep on talking.
I thought you were telling me to present it.
No, I wasn't telling you to present. I was trying to remember what I was trying to say. And then you kept on talking. You always do this to me. You steal my fucking thunder. You're my wind stealer. You don't respect me.
Just put my fries in the bag, bro.
Fuck you.
Have you heard that? I don't even know what that means. I just keep seeing it pop up on Twitter.
Fuck you. What does that mean? It means that I'm a low-level fucking fast food worker.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I thought it was when somebody famous pulled up at the drive-thru.
I have more success in my pinky finger than you do in your entire life.
That's not true.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
My entire life? Come on.
Well, you were born. That was pretty epic.
Wow. Shut up and do color.
I don't just bury you. I
shut up.
Pump you up. I pump your tires.
I'm going to channel my inner Tony Schiavone. Shut up and do color. Say something, bitch.
Whoa. Yeah, no, we'll get to that. Wow, that was Tony. Guns blazing. Wow. Yeah, I thought you were in love with fucking Britt, but apparently it's
I'm
Tony
sure
Storm.
He still is. I'm sure he still is.
Anyways, nonetheless, Wesley, he said we're not touching on the shows, but I kind of got to bring this up. He kind of came out on NXT after that loss, and he's like going, I don't know, maybe I just don't have it anymore. Maybe I should quit. You know, maybe I'm done. And then his boys, the Rascals, came out, and I was like, who the fuck are these guys? Honestly, I don't know. I'm just a WWE E-tard or an E-drone or whatever they're called. Because I don't pay.
Fed boy.
Yeah, there you go. I don't even know what that means. What the hell does that mean?
That's an insult on Twitter. They call, you just love the Fed. You're a Fed boy. I'm like, first off, Fed boy's from Ed and Eddie. If you actually, or is that Fez boy? Fed boy. I don't know. Fed boy because the Federation Fed. That's still a thing that people insult. I don't know.
Anyways, nonetheless, I don't know who these guys are. I do have Google, which I did use to figure out who the fuck they were. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyways, we'll get to that. That was pretty awesome. You know, Wesley's, apparently, and we found out this past NXT that, that's a good thing they showed up.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the Rascals is a tag team of Wesley, Zachary Wentz, and Trey Miguel. Zachary Wentz was a part of NXT for a little bit, and he teamed with Wesley.
Nash. He was Nash Carter.
Yes, and he teamed with Wesley, and their team name was MSK. But now they're the Rascals as they were together. We'll get to NXT, but Trey Miguel impressed me the most. That dude's insane, fantastic, athletic. Needed him in a match with Javon Evans or something. I think that they would put on a pretty good banger. Anything else from NXT? Joe Hendry took Javon Evans' spot in the main event match, tag teaming with.
You had to say his name.
I should have had a button to push and just have his face. We should have done that. Oh, we didn't think about that. We'll do it next week. Anytime his name gets mentioned, I just press J on the keyboard and his face just flashes. So yeah, and I think that's really all about it. Drew McIntyre was suspended after what happened at Money in the Bank. CM Punk came back and begged for him to be not suspended so they can have a match at SummerSlam, and then we'll talk about what transpired on Monday Night Raw when we get to it. Other than that,
pretty much, honestly, guys, if you're watching us, which we thank so very much, get all your friends watching us. I assume you have friends. You guys obviously watch wrestling. You ain't coming here to watch us talk about wrestling if you don't watch wrestling. So you obviously watched the past week. We're just giving you our thoughts, and we love you guys. All 13, 14 of. And by the way, YouTube, when you guys copyright check this shit, if you actually listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth right now, why the fuck you taking views away from us? Last week we were at 14 views, which, I mean, whoa, that's a lot for us. Actually, it's not. We've had way more in other videos, but nonetheless. And then all of a sudden it was back down to 9. Did we offend you? Did we say something? I'm sure we did. I say a lot of stuff. I actually pretty sure I already said something in this show that's going to get us in trouble. So, nonetheless, back to the E-drones. I didn't say E-drones at first. Anyways, nonetheless, what the fuck, YouTube? Come on. Don't take views away from. We don't get a lot of them as it is.
Hey, give us our 14. I don't want 9. 14 looked really good compared to 9. But other than that, that's a little recap of what we missed. We'll get into the most recent shows when we get to the recaps. But first, it is time for the news. And I promised RK I would not read any of the headlines when I posted it here in StreamYard. So this is my first time reading it. If I had a Bible, I'd put my hand on it, whatever they say. The only picture I saw before I get into it was the Joe Hendry one. I did not see the MJF one. That's a fantastic picture, by the way. All right. This is episode 14, week of July 12th through the 8th. The Top Rope Renegades news of the week. MJF wins the international title in an 8-star match. Ospreay jobs again. Stephanie Vacour has signed with WWE. AEW marks have lost their freaking minds. You don't even know who she is. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Seriously, though, who said his name? I'm trying to do the news here. That's good. That's all right. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. I don't know. Ever since I came up with it, I just have fun with it. It just I'm enjoying it way more. I hope you guys are too, because I think I'm funny. I'm a funny guy. I'm a fun guy. Fun is that's a dad joke. I'm old. Okay. Anyways, mushroom. Fun.
The news.
Okay. The news, rumors, innuendo. Remember, I don't know if any of this is true. Actually, some of it is for sure. But anyways, nonetheless, I'm gonna pick up on some minor points from a couple weeks ago, and actually, really not a lot has happened. The big one I'm gonna start with is Stephanie Vacour. She had that amazing match for her at Forbidden Door. The reason I say her is because Mercedes, the botch machine, was horrible in that match. Really, honestly, I used to love Sasha Banks, and I think, like you said, Sasha Banks was amazing. Mercedes Moné sucks. Nonetheless, they buried Vacour. It happened. Look at it however you want. She was buried. She signed. There was all the rumors. She's got offers from both companies. Everybody's and all the AEW got. She'd come to AEW. Mercedes even said that she wanted to make Stephanie look great in that match. I'm sorry, but Stephanie made Stephanie look great in that match. Nonetheless, it came out that she has decided to sign with WWE. And quite literally, AEW marks and everybody lost their fucking minds. Like, literally. You don't know who she is. Neither did you guys. Honestly, like, I knew who she was beforehand. We watched her in New Japan. Nonetheless, she's a new wrestler to the North American audience. She really is. I'm sure 75% of AEW fans had no fucking clue who she was. I'm sorry. Maybe don't have Mercedes Hogan bury her on her very first AEW show on a pay-per-view. How is that making any kind of talent want to come to the show and say, hey, you're going to come on our pay-per-view and we're going to take your title off of you? Like, what are we doing? It's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, nonetheless, Stephanie Vacour is in WWE. She already appeared at a show. They had a super showdown in Mexico. She wrestled Isla Dawn. She won. Shocking. Maybe give your new talent a win when they're coming, especially when they're highly touted like she is. WWE is the right place for her. I feel like AEW, she would get lost in the mix. The women's division isn't all that strong in AEW, and really, unless your name is Mercedes, Tony, Britt, you're probably not really going anywhere in the women's division. Honestly, like Willow, they just they buried her too, and now they've given her the women's the CMLL title because Stephanie vacated it. Like, they weren't giving it to her before that. They just needed something to put on. They're like, oh, Willow, we can use her because she is actually awesome. Like, I fucking hate AEW and how they treat some of their talent, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can't wait for Stephanie. She's going to go to the NXT, and before anybody loses her, if she's so great, why is she going to NXT? It's like she has wrestled in Mexico her whole career. She doesn't know the North American audience, how to work with them, what they like, what they don't like. NXT is a perfect place to get her acclimatized to the North American wrestling fans. Because let's be honest here, we kind of suck as fans, North America. Like, you go over to Europe, those fans are losing their fucking minds for the show. All we do is bitch about one or the other company. And yeah, we kind of suck as fans. So I kind of get it. You don't want to throw her to the wolves on major television right off the hop. They'll eat her alive. Anyways, that's my rant. That's over. Stephanie McCurr, you suck, AEW. We got her.
Boom. Simple as that. And we got Julia.
And Julia. And rumors are that chick, sorry, bitch. I don't know. That big motherfucking thing out of Australia. What's her name?
I'm spacing it too.
She's like massively huge in Australia. They're like talking like Rhea Ripley huge.
Yeah, Titan.
No, if her name's Titan, that's wild. Titan Towers, Titan at WWE. I don't think she's keeping that name if she comes over. Okay, he's gonna look that up.
I'm spacing.
Nonetheless, okay, news. Joe Hendry. Honestly, I threw that up there because I'm sure we were gonna say his name before we did the news, and we did, so it worked out perfectly. Joe Hendry is all over NXT right now. This relationship between TNA and NXT, and here we go again with all the AEW marks out there going, oh, look, they're just taking their big talent and sending them. Delta. There you go. If we get Kenny, can we have a Alpha? No, we need Alpha. Chris Jericho already did that. Anyways, nonetheless.
That was always my creator wrestler name on the WWE games. I was always Kurt Alpha because my last name didn't exist. I was like, I'm Alpha. Anyway, carry
on. Oh. Joe Hendry. He's been all over NXT lately. All the fans, AEW marks, anybody who doesn't like WWE is like, oh, everyone's talking about this great relationship between WWE and TNA, but all they do is they get Joe Hendry, they get Jordan Grace, but WWE sends who? Charlie Dempsey and Tavian Heights over that way. Like, that doesn't seem like a fair relation. I'm sorry, but everybody in TNA thinks it's a wicked relationship for TNA. And the news doesn't lie because Slammiversary this weekend sold out.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to you about that. And this
and
is
also so you just you stop. I'm not done yet. Moose also recently said that this relationship, I don't care. It's my news. This is my shit.
I know. That's what
Moose
I was
came out and said this is a far better relationship than they ever had with AEW, than they ever had with CMLL. Anything. This is the best relationship.
Didn't AEW, when they were partnered with TNA, send Kenny Omega over, and all Kenny Omega did was win the TNA title?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Okay,
no, you're not wrong.
Just making sure.
That's when Omega became the belt collector. He had like 4 belts, one of them being the TNA Championship. Nonetheless, all the talent love this. All the talent. Joe Hendry, even last night, or not 2 nights ago, and he's like, I like it around here. I'm going to stick around. The talent, yeah, really, honestly, TNA, a drop in the bucket compared to WWE. All the talent in TNA is going to get exposed now. I didn't know who those 2 fuckers that Wesley were with before last night. Not a clue. So it's great. And also, Jordan Grace tweeted out yesterday, that expect big things from WWE at TNA Slammiversary. We're actually going to tune into that because we're I don't think we're just getting Tavian Heights and Charlie Dempsey. And mind you, Charlie Dempsey's growing on me. And this is why it's a development territory, NXT, because they're meant to learn. His little shtick that he got where he's trying to be Tony D'Angelo, I'm digging it. It's awesome.
Since we're on TNA right now, do you mind if we just run through it real quick? We're in TNA, and I just want to update real quick. TNA's live show, basically the go home show before Slammiversary. A match happened between No Quarter Catch Crew, Dempsey, Tavian Heights, Miles Bourne against Kushida and the Rascals. No Quarter Catch Crew picked up the win. And there's a bit where the Rascals have where they're in the treehouse, and what do you think happens in the treehouse? Do you know?
Smoke dope.
Yeah, it is. That's what they do in the treehouse. Anyway, so in the treehouse,
that's what I did in a treehouse.
So the match, whatever, and then it says in the treehouse, the Rascals.
What I still do in my treehouse. I built the treehouse out back just for that.
Appeared before NXT,
and also fun times with the wife.
Nice. Wesley appeared tonight and made his TNA return. Lee proposed that the Rascals team up once again to face No Quarter Catch Crew at TNA Slammiversary.
Nice.
So that is happening. But
that's all that's announced. Jordan Grace said expect things.
That's not all that's announced. I was going to run through the card real quick. So actually, here you go, real quick. We can just quick predictions for us. The Rascals, if this match is official, the Rascals will taking on No Quarter Catch Crew. Who do you got?
Rascals.
Wesley's back in TNA. I go with the Rascals. The TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards versus Dana Luna and Jody Threat. I know we don't know many of them. Masha Slamovich, I'm pretty sure was the partner with Matt Cardona on the Indies. Could be wrong on that.
That actually sounds about right, but nonetheless, say no more. That name, epic.
There you go.
I'd choose her.
The tag team names are listed. It is the Militia versus Spitfire. So I'm gonna go with Militia. The TNA Digital.
Spitfire? No, don't
like
say
Spitfire?
spit right now. We're not going to go viral. We can't copy what
Can't
other people have gone viral over.
The
no,
TNA,
it's not going to work for us.
No, we're not hot. TNA Digital
I
Media.
mean, unless we had AEW fans watching, maybe they go for
That's
it.
fair. TNA Digital Media Championship and International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. That's what is listed. AJ Francis, formerly Top Dollar, with Rich Swann taking on PCO.
Oh shit! Did you hear what AJ Francis said yesterday?
Keep him.
Oh.
Keep Joe Hendry in NXT.
Basically, and he also basically took all of Joe Hendry's credit for Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
that is a good heel fucking cut. I was like, that was fucking good.
He's taking on PCO. I'm gonna go with AJ Francis. PCO's old, but he still puts on matches. You know who
PCO? That's that's one of the Rougeaus.
That's the one,
the Quebecers.
Yeah, the one that they have to like bring to life for his matches.
That's one of the Quebecers. That's Rougeau.
Yep.
One of the Rougeaus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is
famous WWE tag team. Famous WWE tag team.
So he will be taking on AJ Francis. I'm probably going to say AJ Francis retains with that one.
I would say so.
The TNA X Division Championship is on the line. Mustafa Ali defending against Speedball Mike Bailey.
I just watched. Oh, speaking of which, we don't watch our matches of the week. Shit.
We gotta
Anyways, I just watched the Speedball Mike Bailey match. I was impressed. So
Mike Bailey's good.
Mustafa. I gotta take Mustafa.
I'm gonna go Mike Bailey. I feel like Mustafa Ali's held that for a while. And I just wanted to add for you the final two matches that have been announced. This is in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, taking place on July 20th at the Verdun Auditorium. What do you know about the Verdun Auditorium, RK?
I don't know. I live on the West Coast, man.
Fair enough. And this is also the 20th edition of Slammiversary.
Hey, next time ask me if I know Joe from Canada.
Do you know a Joe from Canada?
No.
You don't know any Joes from Canada?
Actually, no, I don't.
Huh. The TNA Knockouts World Championship.
Joseph.
There you go, it counts. TNA Knockouts World Championship. Jordan Grace, the champion, defending again her title against Ash by Elegance.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun match. I think Ash takes it.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Jordan Grace is. I'm going Jordan.
Hey, if Roxanne can beat her, anybody can.
Easy. The main event. It will certainly be the main event. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be exciting. The TNA World Championship 6-way elimination match. Pin somebody, they are eliminated. Simple as it is. It is the champion, TNA champion. Moose is the current TNA champion, defending against Josh Alexander, phenomenal. Nick Nemeth, Steve Macklin. I don't know much about Steve Macklin. Let me see if I can just find a little update for you, if you may know who he is. Steve Cutler, ring a bell. I don't know if he was.
Cutler.
He was on WWE. He was on SmackDown for a little bit. Not long. And he was on NXT. He was on NXT for a while, actually. Anyway, Frankie Kazarian is in this match. And say his name, Joe Hendry is in the 6-way elimination match for the TNA World Championship. What do you got? What do you think? New champion?
Wait. Well, back up again. Who's in this match?
All right, the TNA World Championship 6-way eliminator match. Moose.
Don't just give me the names. You don't have to.
Moose, the champion.
Yes.
Josh Alexander, phenomenal.
Yes.
Nick
Yes.
Nemeth, phenomenal.
Yes.
Steve Macklin, Frankie Kazarian, and Joe Hendry.
Oh, I thought you said Steve Macklin was in this match, and then you said Steve Cutler was in this match. I was like, Steve Macklin is Steve Cutler.
Steve Cutler, his name, that was his name. Anyway.
Yeah, so he was with WWE for 7 years.
Yeah. So Macklin, Kazarian, Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Moose probably. No.
I don't think he holds on. It's time for him to drop it.
Joe's hot right now. Give it to Joe.
I disagree. Not that he's not hot. I think Joe Hendry. No, Nick Nemeth. But I think because Joe Hendry's going to spend a lot of time on NXT.
Honestly, this choosing, Joe Hendry is going to spend a lot of time on NXT. He's probably outside of Jordan Grace the biggest thing TNA's got.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, this is. Oh shit! Okay, Macklin's married to Deonna Purrazzo. Anyways,
that's how I knew his name.
I knew the name too. Nonetheless, lucky bastard. It's kind of hard to choose winners of these matches because we don't know the stories. I don't know how this is going. Like, you know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
we don't watch it.
It's maybe, not. I mean, maybe they're like AEW where you don't really have a fucking clue what's going on. But
I know Ash.
I feel like
I know
TNA like Santino Morello likes to spin a good story, so I would imagine TNA's got some kind of storyline.
We know the Ash by Elegance Jordan Grace story because that actually appeared on NXT.
100%. Which is why I think Ash takes it.
I don't see Jordan Grace losing that fucking title, man.
Well, she's gonna have to lose it before January when she joins WWE.
Exactly, she'll lose it in January, December. Maybe we should replace watching Dynamite.
Maybe she just relinquishes the title and everybody can be an up in arms, so another talent just drops their titles and runs away. Which brings me back to more Stephanie Verkur news.
Let's go ahead and that's it for TNA. That's it for TNA.
That's
talk.
done.
We're done.
I'm back to Stephanie Verkur.
Go ahead.
Anyways, nonetheless, before she was announced where she was signing, everyone was reporting, CMLL and AAA have a pretty strong history. If a talent gets a huge contract offer from one of the big companies, that being AEW, WWE, or New Japan, that CMLL and AAA have no issues with their talent just leaving. Then as soon as we announced that it was WWE that signed her, they're like, "Oh well, no, that's kind of dirty." What they it's just like you literally released a report yesterday saying they didn't give a fuck. You guys all just hate WWE because they're better than you. You just want your little companies to be so great with your this is wrestling. Hey, newsflash. In the end, it is all fake and story. So nonetheless, one company to another doesn't have better. It's stupid.
Yeah.
WWE's better though than everything.
Right now it is killing everything. Carry on with your news, sir.
Okay, I'm heated over this Stephanie Verkur. I've been heated for weeks about that. Literally, I mean, honestly, who knew that 6 months ago I'd meet the love of my life in Los Angeles?
You weren't in
and
Los
now
Angeles.
California, wherever the hell they were, San Jose. They were in
You
San
weren't
Jose.
there.
They were in San Jose.
You said you met the love of your life in Los Angeles. You weren't there.
I met the love of my life in San Jose, California,
the screen.
And now I get to see her every week. I get to see her every week. It's great. Who knew that it would just grow like this? Stephanie Verkur, you're amazing. I love you. I just confessed my love on TV. We're not on TV. YouTube. God damn. Can we cut all this?
Nope.
Professional. Adam Cole. Feels like he's been gone forever, right? Like,
yeah, that injury did happen. What was that?
Like a long time ago. It's been almost a year, I think.
No, it hasn't.
He was injured before the Devil storyline ended. That was in December.
Oh, you said Adam Cole. My bad, bro. I thought you said Adam Copeland.
Who gives a fuck about Adam Copeland?
Professional. Tony Khan, he said he's having the best run of his career right now. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
That's like that idiot. That's like that idiot on Facebook that said, "Hey, Randy Orton's contract is up in October.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll test the free agents waters and listen to what AEW will offer him?"
You know what? He probably will.
You just won. You just won dumbest post of the year. Randy Orton's a lifer in WWE.
Jesus Christ. People kill me.
Anyways, Adam Cole's been out for a really long time. And we need Adam Cole back because he actually is amazing.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorites.
Apparently, it's rumored that he has a little more time left out of action, but it's pretty hopeful that it won't be that much longer.
Sweet. Okay. Good. I need Adam Cole back on my TVs. He's good.
He is very good. He's awesome. He's hilarious, and he's a good wrestler. WWE is apparently working on creating United States and Intercontinental Championships for the women's division.
I've said this.
It's about goddamn time.
And I've said
the women's division in WWE is ridiculous.
Should they get rid of the women's tag titles?
No.
No?
No.
I'm torn on that one. Yeah, because they're still good stables.
Or do they get rid of the men's tag titles?
That's different.
No. How's it? Wow. This guy, you heard it here. He doesn't care about women's tag teams. He doesn't care about them.
The women's tag titles. Women's tag titles don't get as
word for word. I hate women's tag teams.
Then the WWE hates women's tag teams because they don't ever get any love.
Well, no, that's true. But I mean, they're trying.
Yeah, but I am all for the United States and Intercontinental, and I think it all popped off and stems from that it worked with NXT with the women's North American title.
100%. And then Dave Meltzer commented on that news.
I knew,
and he's like going, "My sources say that one of them will be on Raw and one of them will be on SmackDown." No shit, Sherlock.
No shit. I fucking hate Dave Meltzer.
Did you ask your fans to send you your dirt sheet info to you for free? Did you get that from the fans when you asked them on Twitter? Hey guys, can you tell me if the tag titles or the new SmackDown title, like what brands? Because I don't actually do any of my own research. I just get you guys to tell me, and then I type it up like it's true.
He's a fucking idiot.
Fucking goof. Fightful asked WWE if they were interested in signing Joe Hendry when he becomes available at the end of his contract, and they replied, "Who wouldn't?"
Yeah, that's a dumbass question to ask. Why would you not?
It is a very dumb question. But Hendry even said himself that he still has quite a bit of time left on his contract with TNA, so
that's fine. But he's getting his TV time on NXT.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be basically an NXT superstar. Like, I'm sure we're going to see him on the main roster at some point, just showing up on SmackDown.
TNA better get a little leverage, though. Be like, hey, can you send us one of your top guys, please? Because Jesus Christ, we need Joe. He's doing both, true. So whatever.
I don't know. Nonetheless, I love it. Insider hinted that The Rock had to give approval of the WrestleMania documentary before it was released. That may be why it took so long.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously. If we watched it, which is actually really cool. I'm not a huge fan of behind the curtain shit because I like the kayfabe. I'm old school, but I kind of digged it. It was cool. That's when The Rock basically said the whole idea was mine. I made it happen for you people. Love me. Okay, cool. Nothing? Okay, cool. Jordan Grace will be a free agent in January 2025. It was originally reported that it was next summer, but she, due to pro rating, active time, blah, 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 it's January. So
she's coming to WWE, right?
It's going to be a Royal Rumble. She's going to win the Royal Rumble.
I don't know about that one.
Make a splash.
Yeah, but
make a splash.
We don't know where we're going to be at in the WWE when the Royal Rumble rolls around, and if it makes sense for that to happen.
Or you have Jordan Grace and Charlotte Flair as the last two in the Rumble, and Flair wins.
No, this is just me probably being a little extra here, but if it's Grace and Flair at the very end of the Women's Royal Rumble, Jordan Grace should win.
You just said no.
No, what I said was we don't know what stories we're going to be into once we get to the Royal Rumble, because this time last year we weren't telling ourselves, yeah, Bayley should probably win the Royal Rumble. But when the story progressed with her,
I would say Bayley should win it every year.
No, you wouldn't. You'd probably say Stephanie McCourt.
Well, no. Bayley has the title. If Bayley didn't have the title, then it'd be Bayley.
That's fair. We don't know where we're gonna be at though. There's Becky Lynch still waiting in the wings.
Hey, no, she's signing with AEW, didn't you hear?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so is Randy Orton. And John Cena too, probably after his contract expires and comes to an end next year, this final run. Which stay tuned. My buddy Kyle, his shirt finally came in. So
are you gonna get him on here today?
No, it's 11:30. He's in bed. He's an old guy. Gets up at 6 a.m. And we still
so do I.
Yeah, and we still stay up stupid late.
I mean, it's 8:30 only here, but
true.
But
yeah,
I still do. After we get off, I still stay up for I don't sleep. It's dumb. Look at me. I'm falling asleep as we talk. Really, honestly.
We will be doing a special John Cena episode featuring a good friend of mine and a massive John Cena fan. The Kyle Wells, TK Dub. He is the host of the Wells Mania podcast. His slogan is the most underrated wrestling podcast there is, and he's really good guy.
I think we could give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't YouTube candlestick match of that dude.
God.
Just don't. It's bad.
But anyway,
blindfolds and fat guys that can't swing a candlestick. It was bad. Don't do it.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna have to ask this guy about it, honestly, because what the fuck were you thinking, dude?
Fair enough. What else you got? If any, because it really has been dead the past 2 weeks.
No, it really hasn't been lost. I digged, and I mean, I had 2 weeks to dig from it. I didn't find a lot. Finn Balor has revealed that his new contract is for 5 years, and he is one of the top 10 paid superstars in WWE. I think his contract's around $7 million for 5 years, $7 a year for 5 years.
Deserved.
Sean Ross Sapp says the WWE is talking about adding a ref cam to its shows. Could happen soon.
I didn't be intrigued to see how it goes.
Test it, see how it goes. If it doesn't work, get rid of it. Samoa Joe was written off AEW TV to start filming season 2 of Twisted Metal. If you had not seen season 1,
I haven't yet, man.
Watch it. It's fucking good. And Samoa Joe as Sweet Tooth is fucking awesome.
You wouldn't know it was Joe if you didn't know.
No, not an idea, not a clue. And also Anthony Mackie and Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So good, good. All right, cool. John Cena's retirement tour, which was Money in the Bank. We didn't really touch on that when we talked about Money in the Bank, but John Cena came out, and everybody knows he said, "I got one more Royal Rumble, one last Elimination Chamber, one last WrestleMania." And then, afterwards he had an interview and he's like, he has roughly 35 to 40 dates planned for next year. Big things planned. Does he win title number 17? Do they put it on him? Do they make him the GOAT?
I think you do. I think
you have to. I think you have to. Ric Flair's time is done.
Somebody also said, I don't see if you agree with this. Somebody said that at the end of the year next year, when it's the final month of John Cena in December, should you do almost a special PLE for John Cena?
Yes.
I think so, man. He is
WWE presents Never Give Up.
There you go.
Or some shit.
Or just present it as the last ride was Undertaker. What was it? What did his thing say?
One last time.
You can't see me for the last time or something like that. But we're gonna talk about it with Kyle, and we're all gonna just talk about our John Cena favorite matches and moments and all that stuff. And
look, this is okay. So John Cena was large and part of an era of wrestling I did not watch.
Yeah,
I did not see his debut. I did not see all his title runs. I did not see his shit with Roman Reigns. I've seen clips of it. He was brilliant. John Cena deserves to win his 17th title, become the GOAT. Why? Because he literally put WWE on his back and fucking carried them through some shit fucking years.
Oh, yeah. Tough years. I mean, you got to think about the guys that put the company on their back throughout the years. Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker. That Attitude Era, those were the main guys. Obviously, there was a great supporting cast. Don't get me wrong. But those were the guys. Triple H. But then once that died off and
Triple H really wasn't carrying the company as a superstar.
That's true. But once you got out of that attitude era and you transitioned into the ruthless aggression PG era that people like to call it as well, John Cena is the only name that will remain synonymous with that. John Cena put, you said it, the company on his back and ran with it, and was phenomenal. They booed him, they cheered him. It was incredible.
He stayed true to himself the whole time. He never turned heel.
And I think Cody Rhodes said this on the Chris Van Fleet interview, talking about turning heel. John Cena couldn't turn heel. Think about John Cena turning heel. That means, one, look at all the Make-A-Wishes he did. A heel doesn't do shit like that. And John wouldn't have done stuff like that. John would have went full heel. John would have went full
John
heel.
would have committed. If there's anything, the 5 moves of doom, whatever you want to call it with him, fucking the dude, charisma persona,
untapped.
Nobody touches it.
Yeah. And great matches, banger matches, some of the greatest storylines of all time. And he was the superhero for the youth, the younger generation.
He holds the record for like most Make-A-Wishes ever given.
He is the guy. He was the guy. He will forever be the guy. It's John Cena. And it's very hard to come close to what John Cena did. The closest we have to it might be Cody Rhodes right now, is the only thing I can think of. And you haven't had it since.
We really want it to happen, but I don't think it ever will. I think
Cody that's what he basically said in the interview with Chris Van Fleet, is he's like, I don't see how I can do that or turn heel. It can happen, don't get me wrong. But
he could do it, but he would have to go full heel, and he would never be able to go back, I don't think.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a special John Cena episode to just preview the future, talk about the past, and
I do have one question. Stuff. No, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna ask you now, and I'll ask him as well. Hall of Fame, WrestleMania 41.
Yes.
Do they do it in March next year? Put him in before he's done.
Oh, are you saying do it before his final WrestleMania?
Do it during his retirement tour.
No.
No?
Mm-mm. They might. Don't get me wrong, they might. I don't think so, because he is going the full year, and he's going to be pretty active, and I get it. Rey Mysterio's in the Hall of Fame, and he's went in and still had a match. Ooh, now that I say that, it makes maybe
the year of Cena, man.
Maybe, yeah, probably actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, you could do it the year after, but
maybe. I think it would just be bigger to do it this upcoming year now.
Yeah,
have him finish out his career as a WWE Hall of Famer.
We know he's a Hall of Famer, obviously, but yeah, that's a good one. That's an interesting one. So let me ask you this then, if you want to ask me the Hall of Fame question. Who introduces John Cena? Who's the guy that introduces John Cena?
Vince McMahon?
Stop. I was thinking Randy Orton.
Probably Orton. Evolution. That whole thing.
The Rock.
But that's Cody Rhodes. No. The Rock? No. Who is Cena's biggest opponent over the years?
Fans.
Actually, I think The Rock. The Rock would make the most sense.
Rock, Randy.
Because when it was The Rock versus Cena, once in a lifetime, man, for the first time.
Him and Edge. Man, they went to wars.
Or do they just go all out and have like 6 guys come through and just say a quick thing and then introduce them?
Honestly, it would be the most John Cena thing ever, is if Triple H came out, was like, I'm not introducing this man, you guys are, the fans, and just steps away. And they just start chanting Cena.
Hey, if they do that, you guys give us credit, okay? Give us a shout out on TV or something.
But if I have to choose a person, I feel like it's Randy Orton.
I gotta go with The Rock.
CM Punk too. You're CM Punk too.
CM Punk could do it.
The Rock does make sense.
But CM Punk's just a cancer in the locker room. I don't know if the guys would like that.
Man, we'll definitely talk about that with Kyle. I'll be intrigued to see what he thinks. But yeah,
he's the big John Cena fan.
He once had a PBR with John Cena. He's got the shirts. When he comes on, we'll have the merch link in the bio for you. Yeah, shout out to Kyle. Can't wait to talk to him.
Okay, cool. John Cena, man, and it's gonna be he's going all out for his last year, so that's gonna be awesome.
I got one more question on Cena. Fuck it, don't care.
Go.
We agree he wins the title again, right?
Yes.
Where?
Don't ask me like I know he has some big giant significance somewhere.
No, I'm just saying where. Should it be at WrestleMania?
Oh, gotcha. What show? Yes, WrestleMania, 100%.
That's intriguing. That's very fucking intriguing.
Fucking push, make him look like make him the face of the company for the next 50 years doing it.
Who's gonna be the WWE champion at WrestleMania? Cody Rhodes, most likely.
Cody Rhodes.
Are we not thinking Cody versus The Rock?
No, The Rock versus Roman is WrestleMania, 100%. That's not even a question. It's The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. That's what should have happened this year.
Can you hit me easy?
But no, the precious story had to be finished. The story, Cody. The story.
Shut
up. Belt.
We watched WrestleMania together. You cried. Anyway,
I did a little. I'm not gonna lie, it was emotional. Nonetheless, that was the match that was.
I disagree though.
The fans have always wanted Rock versus Roman.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that anymore. Yeah, I agree. I think that's happening at Mania.
So yeah, John Cena beats Cody Rhodes.
At WrestleMania, his final WrestleMania match wins the title. Cool story. Don't agree with it. I think his final WrestleMania match should be against Randy Orton. Truly.
Then have Randy have the title from like Royal Rumble or some shit.
Not opposed to that. Randy could win the title. Because John Cena and Randy Orton never main evented a WrestleMania together.
Okay, there you go. Randy beats Cody at Royal Rumble after he goes full heel. He destroys
even
Cody.
Elimination Chamber. Cody, I don't know, Elimination Chamber.
Sure. But then you get it back. Then you get it back on Cody shortly after.
But it's like, man, you know what's funny? Randy already did that once. No, Bray Wyatt won it in the Elimination Chamber, and then Randy won it at Mania. I don't know. It's interesting because then you ask the question, well, what does Cody do at WrestleMania? He's your guy. He's your top face.
CM Punk.
CM Punk's going to be taking on Seth Rollins, I think.
Cody versus The Undertaker.
What's next?
Actually, speaking of The Undertaker, Netflix has requested that when they get Raw next year, that they want The Undertaker on a few times throughout the year.
Okay, cool. That's cool. There's more news. Any more news, or are we running low?
No, I still got more.
All right.
I dig some shit up. So you heard it here first. If we go back like 5 episodes, watch the whole thing, find exactly where I said it. I said Natalya has resigned with the WWE. That was back in June. And then a week later, I was like, that may have been a lie. And then it has been confirmed that she resigned back in June. So I was right the first time. I reported it first.
Excuse me. Let me be an AEW fan real quick. I would love to have Natalya. I think she'd put on some good matches.
Are you Paul Heyman right now?
Listen, Natalya resigns with WWE. Didn't really want her anyway. She's washed up. There's an AEW.
That's actually exactly what happened. Tyler Bate is expected to be out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
This has caused WWE to quickly pivot, which is what I said earlier. If Damian Priest screwed up or the ref screwed up, they should have went through, got the pin. They could have pivoted. They figured out because they figure shit out fast. Yeah. Pete Dunne has quickly been thrown into a feud with Sheamus and been turned full heel.
Where's the story? Let me tell you the story. The Brawling Brutes breakup when Sheamus left them.
There you go. Watch the product. Oh, don't even get me started on Okada. Oh, WWE would just ruin Okada. They'd just make him a fucking comedy joke, a fucking side act.
Yeah, I just watched him cream his pants because Mercedes Moné did her stupid fucking dance. I did laugh at it, though. It was pretty funny.
It was good. It redeemed the whole segment. But nonetheless, your precious AEW ain't fucking doing nothing with him either. CM Punk was back in the ring at the Performance Center. This is clearly in part due to his efforts to try to get cleared to wrestle again. So he's showing that he can do it.
Hanging out with him and AJ Lee's daughters, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez at the Performance Center.
Yep. Speaking of Roxanne Perez, she has been she's got for a 20-year-old, she is amazing. She has helped She has helped rehab Cora Jade from an injury, and now it was recently released that she was helping Rhea Ripley rehab from her injury.
Hey, Cora is great, and every time, like I said, she says she's 22. I'm like, damn, I forget she is 22 years old. You don't think she is? I didn't think she was. I thought she was a little older.
No, Roxanne's awesome.
Yeah. There's a great video if you haven't seen. It's Cora Punk sitting in between Cora and Roxanne at the Performance Center, and it's the voiceover clip from when like a younger kid's like, "So, what was the Great Depression like?" And CM Punk goes, "It was fine."
The Japan tour.
Yeah.
SmackDown is pre-taped for this week. It was pre-taped. We were talking about that Monday or something, but nonetheless, it has been pre-taped for this week. They are in Japan Thursday to Sunday. Logan Paul will not be appearing on the Japan tour, and this is the funny part about it. All the comments when that was released is like, "When this part-timer doesn't even show up to anything." If anybody knows anything about Logan Paul, there's a very strong reason why he's not allowed in Japan.
Are you sure that it's pre-recorded for tomorrow, or they're pre-recording next week's tomorrow?
They're pre-recording tomorrow. They pre-recorded for tomorrow or something. I don't know. They're in Japan like right now.
No, dog. They're no. No, there's tickets still available for tomorrow's event.
Okay, then they're in Japan next week. I don't fucking know.
It's next week. I was just trying to be.
I don't care. The whole point of the fucking story was Logan Paul's not allowed in Japan because he made some kind of weird video about a dead person.
Yeah, in the suicide forest back in the day, Logan Paul posted a video of a person hung in a tree.
Just so all the people that think that it's because he's just being non-committal, no, he actually just is straight up not allowed in Japan, pretty much.
Yep.
Or if he is allowed there, I'm sure he's not welcomed.
Can we talk about a wild career resurgence? Because his career was in the shit can after that video happened, and now look at him.
Oh, I'm sorry, hate him, like him, whatever you want. The dude's a genius. He knows what he's doing. He brought him back. He brought himself back from that, and that was big. That's probably one of the biggest thing that ever happened in social media, what he did there. Should I leave this for? I'm going to leave this for Dynamite. Okay, no, we won't talk about that yet. Kevin Owens posted on X that his mom is doing much better.
Yep.
And all he did was post, be kicked out.
Yep. Good to hear that. Love hearing that.
Meltzer. Oh, Meltzer, you dirty dog. You suck, by the way. This is good. You'll like this. So remember Meltzer for like the last month, 2 months, 3 months? There's a definite contract coming soon from the negotiations with Warner Brothers. There's a definite It's right around the corner. It's happening. Just hammering out numbers. It's definitely happening. Nothing to be worried about. Dave Meltzer believes the time has come for AEW to begin talking to other networks. AEW would probably do well to start talking to other people because we're at the point now. It'd probably be good to do that because then they do that and it does put more pressure on Warner Brothers to make the deal. And if you have an outsider suitor, you can get that price up. What happened to they are definitely signing? They're doing it. They're happening. They're making it happen.
No, that's not what he said. He probably said the deal's most likely definitely around the corner, but I'm not sure. He throws that little fast part in there just in case he is wrong. I said I wasn't sure.
He goes on to say, my impression through all of this is while AEW is not going to be the priority that the NHL is, they're not going to be the priority that the NBA is, obviously. You should have said that with the NHL too, you prick. Canada, hockey, hello. Warner Brothers would still want them, especially if the idea is to put more money in television and prioritize television. AEW is one of the AEW is one of the strongest things on all those networks. I'm sorry, but if the Big Bang Theory is the reason why you drop in numbers, I'm pretty sure the Big Bang Theory reruns is the strongest thing on that network. Oh my god, Dave Meltzer's an idiot.
Yeah,
so down.
I got
So
nothing to
down.
say to that.
For 3 months straight. 3 months straight. They're definitely there. It's on the table. It's already been agreed to. Just needs to be signed. Maybe they should talk to other people now. Fucking idiot. Oh yeah. To all the idiots that think speed on Twitter is a dumb thing, they draw in 1.5 million viewers a week. That's more than all of AEW shows combined. Just saying. Oh fuck. Oh, this is why we needed to do the show last week. Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, fucking dumbasses. Sol Ruca and Kalani Jordan. Everyone's heard this by now. It's so. Brian Alvarez said this was a very, very heavily choreographed gymnastics display that was disguised as a wrestling match. Dave Meltzer then goes on to say it was an athletic display. It was not a wrestling match. It was almost weird to me. You never see a match like this where they're just out there trying to yeah, you know. What? There's videos side by side of Omega and Ospreay wrestling and Kalani and Jordan and Sol. Who?
What? You said Omega and Ospreay, Ricochet and Ospreay.
Ricochet and Ospreay. Sorry, you're right. Side by side, that match from 2015, one of the first matches we watched together, actually, of New Japan shit.
The flippy shit.
Nonetheless, side by side, Kalani and Sol pretty much did the exact same routine, and Dave Meltzer gave that match 18.92 stars, and he says Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruca did a gymnastics routine.
What did he give that match?
I don't know, probably a 4 negative. I don't even want to know what he gave that. If he gave it anything higher than a 2, then he's just an idiot.
Anything higher than a 2?
No, just because of what he said. By what he said, he should have only given it like a 0.25 or something.
Oh, where is it? He gave that match 3.5.
Yeah, so he's a hypocrite.
100%. It's Dave Meltzer. That's all I have to say. I hate him. I hate talking about him.
No, I'm sorry. I know. I get it. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Dumbass.
Nonetheless,
and Brian Alvarez, that fuck boy.
Yeah, fuck. Anyways, I'm done. That's it. News.
All I got is there's rumors that Sammy Guevara could be back on AEW TV soon. There's that. Who else? I don't know if we talked about this last week. Jamie Hayter, a big mainstay for the AEW women's division, has been lurking around. You don't know much about Jamie Hayter because she hasn't been around since we started doing this stuff.
I know.
Right? I know you know who she is. Okay. There was a big update on the state of Ring of Honor, which I really don't feel like reading. Apparently, that in the recent weeks, Fightful was asked about the future of Ring of Honor, and we're told that Ring of Honor is to have more care given to it. So we'll see about that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Sure.
Yeah, I wasn't reading too much into that. The only other news I would like to talk about is 2 days from now, on July 20th, is the kickoff of the G1 Climax taking place in New Japan. It is the Block A, Block B format, leading to the winner getting a championship opportunity at Wrestle Kingdom, correct? Correct, yes.
That's correct.
We've went over it before, and I just wanted to get your opinion real quick. I can run through the names real fast if you want me to, on who you think will win the G1 Climax. Naito's in it still. Umino, Takagi, Sanada, Great-O-Khan, Zack Sabre Jr., Gabriel Kidd, Evil, Jake Lee, Callum Newman, Hikaru Goto, El Phantasmo, Yoto Tsuji, Yuya Yamura, Jet Bob, Henry, David Finlay, Ren Narita, Konosuke Takeshita, and Bolton Olgay. That is the Block A and Block B groups. Any name that sticks out to you that should be the winner of the G1?
Naito.
I was going to say Umino.
Honestly, Umino or Takeshita.
Yeah. So that starts this Saturday. G1 blocks kickoff. Other than that, I was going to check and see if anything else was announced for New Japan. Normally they have some good updates, but now my phone's like, I don't want to load.
Load. I'm just getting a couple pictures I want you to post.
Yeah, the final of the G1 Climax takes place August 18th, so it runs for about a month, kicking off on the 20th. Other than that, I don't really have anything new to report. There is that New Japan Strong event taking place on August 30th. No matches announced for that yet. We talked about TNA's Slammiversary coming up on Saturday, and we are getting ever so closer to SummerSlam for the WWE.
Oh, that's so dumb. I can't just load up a freaking JPEG and send it to you. Here, I'm going to send you a couple of pictures in Discord. Anyways, go on to what are we starting with? SmackDown?
Yeah, we can do that. We can dive.
I'm give you 2 pictures, and they're just funny that I want you to post on screen.
Should be able to do that.
There you go. Anyways, unless SmackDown from
July 12th, 2024.
July 12th, 2024. I was going to say it.
I will post those pictures you sent to me when we get to Dynamite.
No, just post them now.
You want them now? Okay. I'll do it now.
Hold on. I'm not even on the screen. My computer froze. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. I got scared for a second. Okay, here we go. It's kind of news. These are hilarious. Oh, God. Why is that so big? Make it smaller.
I don't know how.
Okay. It's so scary. Don't do that again.
You're ruining it. This one should load fine. Say his name, man. Here you go.
That one doesn't even look that great. Fuck it. Screw it. Why can't you just make them smaller? It's a picture.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
How do you do the video smaller? How do you make us smaller? Don't put stretch image. Don't stretch image.
It's a background. I don't know how to do what you're asking.
Don't put it. Oh wait, hold up. If I do fuck it. Anyways,
it's fine.
No, it's not. It's ruined. Anyways,
maybe I can. There you go.
The face. It's that face right there. Your face when you suck so badly as a wrestler that your opponent from your last pay-per-view vacates their title and goes to the WWE.
Yeah, that's.
And then the signs at last night's show, because these are hilarious. It's almost like, some ratio is happening. But Okada can divide by 0. Okada makes onions cry. Okada can hear sign language. And Okada's email is gmail@okada.com. He's a joke. Accurate. He's a fucking joke. He's a joke.
A joke in AEW, but he is the greatest wrestler of all time, some say. SmackDown from July 12th, 2024. We get an opening. Of course, we get the recap from Money in the Bank, but then we get Tiffany Stratton coming to the ring to celebrate her winning the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She declared that Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan are now all on Tiffy time. Bayley interrupts and tries to wisen up Stratton. She was the 2019 Money in the Bank winner. She claims that Stratton did not know what WWE even was back in 2019. Nia shows up, confronts Bayley, calls her BBL Bayley, and said that while Bayley was not the same person she injured in 2017, she will destroy her at SummerSlam. Nia and Tiffany attack Bayley. Michin makes the save. And there is a tease where Tiffany acts like she may cash in on Bayley as she's down. Nia kind of stops her and gives her a dirty look. So the teases did happen. Anything you would like to add from the opening segment of SmackDown?
I was highly disappointed that Brute Kate was bedazzled.
Yeah, what are we doing, Tiffy? Make that thing pink. That's what I was expecting from her.
A couple throwaway lines.
Suitcase.
Couple throwaway lines. Good shit. Bayley with the you didn't even know what WWE was in 2019. Mm-hmm. Basically, Bayley, she wanted to be a wrestler from when she was a kid. Tiffany Stratton's just there because she needed a job. It's hilarious. I love it. It's a great line. And then the BBL line. I'm not really sure how that was. Was that supposed to be that word I'm looking for, like a bad thing to say. I mean, Bailey's ass looks great.
It's a Brazilian butt lift. She's basically insinuating that Bailey got work done on her butt.
No, she's Latina. That's just a natural.
That's how it goes. I did jump the gun a little bit. But real quick, Chelsea Green and Piper Nevin are outside Nick Aldis's office trying to get to talk to him. Brian Saxon tries to get interviewed. He gets thrown out. This is a recurring theme for the rest
neck
of the
brace was bedazzled.
Yeah.
The neck brace was bedazzled, but Tiffany Stratton can't make her briefcase pink.
Maybe it's coming soon. We'll see tomorrow on SmackDown. Nia Jax has a match with Michin to kick things off. She gets the win over Michin, and this is where I said I jumped the gun. This is where Bailey gets attacked from behind with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Tiffany is tempted to cash in on her. Nia stops her, and then that's when they step back. So I jumped the gun a little bit. I forgot that it happened after the match, not before. But they did tease it, and I was happy that they teased it. They just didn't have her walk right past a Bailey that was laid out and just ignore the fact that she had a whole briefcase to win the title in her hand. The Bloodline.
Apparently at that Super Show in Mexico, she teased it again, and Bianca stared her down when she did it.
You know, I never understood that. Why are you stopping them? Why are you stopping the cash in? Who cares?
A story.
I guess.
WWE. We don't just do stupid shit in the WWE, okay? We're not AEW.
You're right. The Bloodline.
We'll get to AEW and the stupid shit they do very shortly. Stay tuned.
Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tongaloa, and Tama Tonga have a nice vignette where Solo says he has stepped up as tribal chief to be a more aggressive family. Promised to rule WWE for decades as long as he was the tribal chief. Solo promising everyone that they would acknowledge him at the end of the night. We get an interview from Byron Saxton with Andrade. He was immediately interrupted by Carmelo, who declared himself MVP of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. After he was asked what was next for him by Saxton, Andrade pointed at Carmelo and said, him.
Want to know what the funniest thing about that whole thing is?
Yeah.
Every time Byron Saxton is on TV, I go, holy fuck, he still works there?
Yeah, he's been there for a while. He's actually, isn't he on commentary for the WWE 2K games too? I think so. I think it's Corey Saxton and Michael Cole.
Nonetheless, he's been there for like 20 years at least. Attitude Era, actually. He was like a kid. And
shout out to Byron.
He's always been picked on. It's great.
Legado del Fantasmas, Angel Garza and Berto Carrillo will be taking on Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. Legado is going to pick up the win, though, over Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. A couple moments of athleticism per usual by Baron actually jumping over the top rope. And Apollo Crews is freakishly athletic, but they do get the loss here. What'd you think of this match?
I want Corbin on a strong singles run again. I think Corbin is fantastic.
Yeah.
I just don't care about Legado del Fantasma. I really don't. Don't care.
Pretty Deadly's Elton Prince and Kit Wilson are attempting to meet with Nick Aldis regarding the budget for their musical. Chelsea Green and Piper Nevin stop them and say they need to get to the back of the line, which they do. LA Knight goes out of Nick Aldis's office with his contract in hand, with Chelsea Green looking confused, telling Green and Nevin that Aldis was a bit busy and they would have to wait a little bit longer. Then LA Knight headed from backstage to the ring. Like I said, ongoing story the whole night. Chelsea Green and Piper Nevin wanting to talk to Sir Nicholas. And we'll find out what happens with that here in just a minute. Randy Orton met with Cody Rhodes backstage, saying that while Kevin Owens was with his family, and we reported his mother is doing well. So great news to hear that. Kevin was, of course, unavailable. He was busy there. He promised that he will always, no matter what, have Cody's back. That many people will come for that title, and Randy will be there and have his back. And
because he wants that title.
Seeds, man. That's the Viper. Still the Viper. Got to watch out. LA Knight comes to the ring to cut his promo. Knight saying he understood about losing the men's Money in the Bank, but he had his eyes on something else. Revealed that a contract he had signed for him to challenge Logan Paul for the United States title for SummerSlam, and all that was missing was Logan's signature. It was announced that Logan will be on SmackDown tomorrow to, I assume, sign the contract, but, shenanigans. We'll see what happens.
So, did you notice in this LA Knight promo what he said?
No.
No worries. I will get him to sign and then take that belt from him at SummerSlam. He said belt.
Oh yeah, who cares?
That's a banned word.
It was.
It's the first time that they've said it since, so.
Yeah. I didn't actually catch up on that. That was a good catch. I didn't notice that. We get a vignette for Blair Davenport ahead of her match later against Naomi. We get a video package of, as we talked about, John Cena announcing his retirement tour. The Naomi Blair Davenport match takes place with Naomi picking up the win. We talked about it while watching it. I'm impressed with Blair Davenport.
I like her. She's got something about her. She's got a bit of charisma to her.
I know we've said this probably a million times talking about Blair Davenport when she comes up. We didn't get to really see her NXT run because we started watching at the very tail end of it. But now we get to see her on TV. It's pretty cool. After speaking with Bianca,
hey. Naomi won with a Bubba Bomb.
She did actually.
It was
full
a Bubba
Nelson
bomb.
Full Bubba Bomb.
It was a Bubba Bomb.
Come on, Fightful. It's not a full Nelson Bomb. It's a Bubba Bomb. After speaking with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, this was Naomi. Blair Davenport congratulates her on the win and said the better person won and shakes her hand and walks away. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven complained to Naomi because Nick Aldis was not there. It was revealed that the act of sportsmanship from Davenport was just a trap as she attacked Naomi from behind. And the reason I wanted to talk about this part because Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were still waiting outside Nick Aldis' office and learned because out loud, Naomi, Bianca, and Jade basically said, "Oh, Nick ain't here. He's not here. He's not in his office. He's gone." And Chelsea's like, "Oh, what?" And you see Kit Wilson and Pretty Deadly throw their script up in the air and walk away, and Chelsea's all mad about it. I thought that was she's gold, comedy gold.
LA Knight played her.
Oh yeah, he didn't care. He was doing his thing. Man, I feel like we flew through this, but there really wasn't a whole
SmackDown. It
wasn't a lot. There wasn't
a great SmackDown. It wasn't a great one.
No, this match was pretty good though. That was the WWE Tag Team Championship match. DIY always put on a good one. They defended their newly won Tag Team Championships against A-Town Down Under in a rematch, and they do retain. They get the win with their nice Meet Me in the Middle finisher, which is just beautiful to me. I had a text message. Guess what's out? Co Wetzel's new album has just released. So while the video is uploading, guess what we get to listen to? Anyway,
that means Jelly Roll's new song is out.
Yeah, that'll be cool to listen to. So the main point.
Speaking of music, I sent you a Discord earlier. I don't know if you're a fan, but if you were,
Yellow Wolf,
maybe his new album is actually pretty fire.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
I would like. Don't get me wrong. That album he did with Shooter Jennings, it was fine. But I listen to Yellow Wolf because I think he's a good rapper, and the fact that he's back to rapping, awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten into some of his stuff. The end of the WWE Tag Team Championship match, they get the win, and they're celebrating, and they are attacked by Jacob Fatu. He attacked Austin Theory after the match, catching him with a running lariat. He hits Ciampa with a Death Rider, Ciampa hits a Death Rider on Jacob. And everybody knows Samoans' heads are hard as rocks. That doesn't affect them. Fatu shakes it off, lays out Ciampa and Gargano to wreck shop on both members. Before Fatu hit a split leg moonsault on Gargano.
He did that old Goldberg sell.
Yeah.
Because that's all Goldberg did to sell anything.
2 moonsaults, really. He hit his...
if a Goldberg took a shot to the knee, he'd shake his head, be like, "Oh, that hurt." And then,
I'm fine.
Yeah, anyways.
So he takes out the
How many matches in a row did Goldberg win? Like 197.
Who beat him?
Kevin Nash.
That's right. The vicious attack by Jacob, it basically was showing off his athleticism. Led to the Bloodline making their entrance. So, come back from commercial break. We close the show with Solo saying he has stepped up as the tribal chief. After the Bloodline lost all the titles, he had to lay out Paul Heyman and Jimmy Uso in declaring if Roman Reigns ever returned to WWE, he'd have to acknowledge him as the tribal chief. Sikoa said Cody Rhodes had to acknowledge him, leading to Cody coming out. Rhodes said they both wanted the same thing and revealed that it will be Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Clarified that he would be waiting until SummerSlam. He would not be waiting until SummerSlam if he had, whoever writes these articles on Fightful does not know how to do grammar. Because I'll read you exactly what it says.
No, that's fine. I feel like I'm having a stroke listening to you right now.
He said I'm reading it exactly how they put it. Rhodes said they both wanted the same thing.
This is why you got to do what I do and write your own notes.
Yeah, I don't. Said he would face Sikoa at SummerSlam, but clarified he would be waiting until SummerSlam if he had his way. What they meant to say is he would not be waiting until SummerSlam if he had his way. Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu surround Cody, leading to the bloodline, laying him out. Randy Orton appears. Orton took out everyone before hitting Sikoa with the DDT, but they were too much. And after that, Fatu and Sikoa wrapped Randy on the ropes while Tama Tonga. See, their wording is fuck. Jesus Christ. If you weren't watching the show and you read this, you'd be like, what? I'm going to fuck this. Look, I'm looking in the camera. The end, they had Cody Rhodes wrapped up in the ropes and had him watch as they decimated Randy Orton, hit him on through the table. We end SmackDown with the bloodline standing tall yet again. And just leaving you waiting to see what happens on the next episode of SmackDown. We were both kind of like, oh, here comes Jimmy. Here comes Jimmy. Jimmy did not show up.
No, I don't think. I think Jimmy and Roman are going to come back together.
Paul Heyman, or maybe
they get Paul Heyman a week after.
Yeah,
they go get him from the hospital.
Nah, man, I want Paul Heyman to be just walk out on the stage and be like, "Excuse me," and then Roman, because the crowd will be like, "Oh shit, it's Paul," and then what comes next. But yeah, I think Jimmy should be with him too, though, at SummerSlam.
Jimmy should be with him, and then they try to get Jay back. I don't know. Do you bring Jay back, or do you let Jay keep doing what he's doing because he's on fire right now?
It's very, very interesting. But that was SmackDown from July 12th, and
did you see the little? Did you see the little vignettes of Jackie Redmond talking to Dom, and then to Jay, and then to Rhea?
Yeah, that's really good. That's so good. Does Rhea Ripley have your number? Does Jey Uso, in fact, have Jey Uso's number, Rhea? Yeet. They need to go to Waffle House. Just go to Waffle House.
They do. Jackie said she go to Waffle House.
There's a great video.
I mean, honestly, if you can't get Rhea, just go up to Jackie. Jackie's amazing.
What was it? So you don't have Waffle Houses in Canada, which sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We have Denny's.
Denny's is great. It's not Waffle House. Let me tell you something. Denny's, good.
We have Old Dutch. Did Dutch? We have Did Dutch.
I don't know what that is. We don't have that.
It's a breakfast place. How do you know what it is? Do you guys have a Humpty? Do you have a Humpty's?
Did he fall off a wall? No, we didn't have that.
That's like a Saskatchewan thing.
Waffle House, I call it Waffle Home.
Like Regina. Rhymes with fun.
But yeah, there's a great clip of when Sami Zayn was in the bloodline and he's talking, they're sitting there talking to, I think it was maybe Jackie, and he goes, yeah, it was a good night. And mind you, this is a moment in time where Jey Uso hates Sami Zayn. Him and Jimmy are getting along, but Jey he don't trust Sami. And Sami goes, yeah, we're going to get dinner. We're thinking Waffle House. And as soon as he said Waffle House, you see Jey go, yeah, I'll go with that. He's supposed to hate Sami, but as soon as he said the word Waffle House, Jey was like, yeah, I'm in. So I don't know what Jay's obsession is with Waffle House, but I totally get it. Go get you some chocolate chip waffles.
Triple hash brown.
I get my hash browns smothered with gravy on them.
Yeah, you do.
I get a chocolate chip waffle sometimes. They got a great breakfast. Well, anyway, Monday Night Raw.
You be careful with that. I mean, Pop Claw tried that with somebody in the boys and didn't go out well.
Oh my god, you're rewatching it, so it's all coming back as you mentioned that. Shout out to Pop Claw, R.I.P. The way she died was crazy. That was just wild to me.
That show is fucking wild. It just blows my mind. I've seen it like a few times now, and it blows my mind. Whenever
I was sick from work and I was stuck at home and I had nothing to do during the day, I was like, I guess I'll watch The Boys. Everybody hypes it up. And from the opening scene, I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. What a way to kick off a show.
Only thing I hate about that show, and I'm gonna go on a little rant here. Only thing I hate about the show is in the first season, Homelander was this fucking genius. Like he's the only one who realized something was wrong with Translucent, where he was, try to figure it out. He knew all the stuff that was going on, everything. And then like season 3, and now I've heard in season 4, they've just made him into the big old dumbass. I hate that progression of Homelander. He used to be like just brilliant, and then he just kind of became dumb and not realizing what was going on around him.
Well, you know why, right?
Oh yeah, of course I know. I just don't like it.
The milk.
I don't like it.
It's weird, but whatever. Yeah, but no, the opening scene from Boys, if you watch it, the opening scene will make you go, holy fuck, here we go. And speaking of opening scenes, the opening scene of the Monday Night Raw from July 15th, Rhea Ripley, of course, is going to kick off the show. She says Liv Morgan has been walking around with something that belongs to her, and no, it's not Dominic Mysterio. Of course, Dom comes out with a black rose, acting just like his father, isn't he?
Just like China, Eddie, Dom,
Yeah.
Rhea. It's really China walked so Rhea could run, honestly.
That's fair. So did Eddie. You know, for his son later down the road. You know, he tries to talk to her, doesn't go over well. Liv interrupts, of course, with a video saying she's finally on top, apologizes that her voice may not be right because she's known to be a screamer. Hi, Dom. Oh,
What is those women in wet hair? Like,
yeah,
seriously.
she looked fantastic. She had fake nipple rings too. I didn't. She posted the gear afterwards. So like on it.
Oh yeah, she did. We mentioned that we were watching a match a while back, and you're like, "Does she have a nipple ring?" And she does
just
that
a part of the gear. So Rhea Ripley challenges her to a match at SummerSlam, and Liv does accept. Morgan says she wants to see down there, and Ripley promises to end her career. Yeah, and of course Dom chases Rhea up the ramp, like a lost puppy.
At SummerSlam, does Dom help Liv retain?
Liv retains because of Dom. I think so. That would be insane. That would just make the crowd go, "What the fuck?" But yeah, we'll get to more of the Rhea Dom stuff throughout the recap here. Sheamus hits the ring with his new theme music. It fucking sucks. Def Rebel, I fucking hate you. Good God, where's Jim Johnston? Can somebody bring him back? I don't know how old. I don't know if he still got it, but Jesus, man.
When he left WWE, I believe he was released, like mutually, but released. Just because his age was catching up with him. He was just.
That's fine, but Jesus.
So he's definitely too old now.
Thank God someone like CM Punk has his song, right? Like they can't touch that, right? Right?
If he comes out to anything but Cult of Personality or his
the Fireburns? Is that what it is?
Yeah, by I love this band and I'm a dick for not remembering it right now. Keep talking.
So Sheamus hits the ring with his new music. His match with Bronson will be the first match of the night. Dom is shown following Rhea into the clubhouse. She slams the door in his face. Damian Priest was there to ask if everything was okay, presumably just laughing at Dom's experiencing his consequences. Was this just so I'm
Kill Switch Engage?
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Anyways, nonetheless, that song's fire. If he doesn't come out to either one of those two songs, I hate the WWE. I will watch AEW and praise everything they do. Please, God, don't let them touch his music. I don't want to have to like AEW.
Oh, God. I'll be a TNA fanboy. First match of the night, Sheamus, Bronson Reed. Sheamus defeats Bronson Reed. In the match, Bronson goes to attack Sheamus. Pete Dunne intercepts and attacks Bronson. Sheamus is like, oh, great. We made up, Pete. Pete attacks him instead. Reed hits him with a tsunami. Pete Dunne heel turn. There's the beef we talked about with Sheamus and Pete Dunne. What'd you think of that? I'm not going to ask you about the match.
Thank God they brought Butch in on this because
just a dick.
I really don't give two fucks about Bronson Reed. I think he's a horrible wrestler that has no personality and doesn't belong on the main roster.
Fair enough.
There, I said it.
Fair enough.
Oh, look. So, yeah. I can be critical of the WWE.
Rhea Ripley is in the clubhouse talking to Damian Priest, and just asking questions. Why is Carlito here? What happened there?
Why is Carlito there? Because it's fucking hilarious. That's why.
Yeah. Dom, of course, appears again to talk to Rhea. He's asking for a chance to explain himself. Rhea appears to allude to the fact that Dom never called her while she was gone. Not once.
How are you not calling her?
He's Dirty Dom Mysterio, man. Dirty Dom. He does what he wants.
Dude, if you had a woman like Rhea, you'd be calling her every day.
Yeah, I know it's all storyline. Buddy Matthews, you lucky man. You lucky man. Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov are talking to each other backstage about their upcoming, the main event, actually, the Intercontinental Championship match. That'll be, we said it when we were watching the preview for it, and we're like, shit, that's going to be a good match because Ilya is fantastic and Sami is as well. Get a Gunther vignette hyping up his World Heavyweight Championship opportunity at SummerSlam. He will come face to face with Damian later in the show. We get a preview of footage to set up the Selena Vega Sonya Deville match that is taking place. That match happens. Sonya Deville picks up the win, her first TV match in a while.
11 months.
11 months. She gets the win. Shayna Baszler attacks Selena's arm, leading to the quick finish. Shayna, Sonya, Zoe Stark attack Selena. Interrupted by Katana Chance, Kitten Card, and Lyra, Valkyria. Yeah, this seems to be the feud right now. And I think Sonya's the leader right now.
Yes.
I think her faction should beat everybody for a while.
Yes, I do, 100%. I think Sonya Deville is amazing. I love the stuff she did as GMs. She was the GM, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before Adam Pearce. Wasn't Adam Pearce like her lackey or something for a little while? But anyways, nonetheless.
Something like that.
Or they were co-GMs or something. Anyways, nonetheless. I think Sonya Deville is amazing. Vega, though, Zelina, she's been on fire lately, actually.
Yeah.
That line, sorry, I couldn't hear anything past your forehead, was hilarious.
She roasted all of them, which was just beautiful. Up next, this is where it gets juicy. David Priest is coming to the ring where he's interrupted by Dominic. He wants to know why he's been kept in the dark about Rhea coming back. Damien says, well, you lied to me about you communicating with Rhea the whole time. And that's when Jey Uso shows up and he says, tell me it's true. Tell me it ain't true. Rhea Ripley on the market. She's single. I can shoot my shot. Damien says, maybe. And hits him with the yeet. And
Damien's going full face very shortly.
And we'll learn, full face now.
Actually, apparently Rhea's already been shifted to the face side of the WWE's rosters.
I think we mentioned that Damien and Rhea are going to stick together when the fallout happens.
This whole... They can't miss with these stories right now in WWE. They're on fire. But I love the part where Priest reminded Dominic that he's been in prison and tells him to deal with it.
And Dom is infuriated, and he runs off to set up a match with Jey Uso for later. Adam Pearce is talking to two of the referees, ensuring that they will be there for protection when he comes face to face with Drew McIntyre later. Chad Gable interrupts, and he's like, I have cracked the code. I have solved the mystery. Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. And
no shit.
Yeah, well, Bo's here, and Gable says, I'm going to call him out.
If we get the Gunther.
Yeah. We get the Gunther Damien face to face. Gunther basically says that Damien's a mid champion, calls him street trash, full heel promo. Priest is actually he's getting cheered. He's getting some cheers.
So what Gunther did here, it proves why Gunther is so fucking good. He just single-handedly finished Damien's face turn with that promo.
Yep. And Damien says, you got no heart. They go nose to nose. Braun Strowman comes out for his match with Damien. Adam Pearce grants Dominic his match with Jey Uso. Braun Breaker confronts him. He's upset about Dragunov getting a title shot, threatens to take out everyone involved in the match. Pearce threatens to suspend him. Pearce is going to go to security, but Braun leaves on his own, but he tells security, make sure he gets out of here. Damien Priest, Braun Strowman happens, and he wins. Damien gets the win over Braun Strowman in it wasn't a good match. I think we both said that. It was not a great match, but the match really wasn't important because at the end, Gunther comes out and they brawl. Damien stood tall here in the brawl with Gunther. So that was just
this is so good from Gunther though right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, I the whole time you're talking about, I was just thinking about the promo, reading my notes here. I'm just like going, fuck, what he did there. Honestly, you could take that promo and put it in like a lesson at the performance center and be like, hey guys, you want to cut a heel promo to get another guy over as a face? You cut this fucking promo. Done. Gunther's so fucking good, man.
Mm-hmm. Chad Gable is lurking around backstage where Maxine Dupree, Otis, and Tozawa are talking about their friend and they're wanting to help him. Gable assumes it's him. It wasn't. Next week, Alpha Academy is teaming with Xavier Woods. They're going to go against the Final Testament next week, and Gable proclaimed that he did again. He's the greatest detective in the world. He cracked the code that Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. And everyone's like, no shit, Chad. Okay. Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark have their match against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. They get the win, and they're on a roll. This new team of Sonya Deville's is on fire, and the match is
so
couple high spots.
I don't know if you're right. I don't know if you. This match was all right. It wasn't anything amazing, but the big takeaway from this is what I read today. You hear what Vince Russo said?
No.
Vince Russo said, "I will quit doing everything I do if the fans of WWE get behind Lyra Valkyria and they put the title on her."
All right. Well, he's going to be quitting his job at some point because it will happen.
I read that. I'm like going, oh, dude, you just said some shit that's going to get you in trouble.
What do we got next? Oh, Rhea Ripley in the clubhouse again. She's all right with Finn Balor and JD McDonough embracing Liv Morgan to win the tag team championships. Dom interrupts to tell Rhea that he's going to beat Jey Uso to show who Ripley belongs to, which was not the correct choice of words. Did not please Rhea Ripley, and
this was hilarious. He says, "I got a match with Jey Uso," and Rhea's like, "Are you stupid?" He's like, "I'll go get it canceled." No, you. It's just a fucking. Dom is okay. Dom's amazing. He really is. He's doing such a good job with this. It's ridiculous. Everyone's firing on. I said it before. I'm saying it again. And I'm sure I'll say it again in the future because this ain't gonna be the last episode. We're gonna do this until you guys, until somebody tells us we can't. Dom is he's got it. He's got it. He just does. He even Ray said in an interview. This is what I kind of hate about these interviews these days, but whatever. Ray said, "Dom in 5 years is far more advanced than I was in 5 years."
It's a big statement from Dominic or from Ray, and yeah, he's not wrong though. Dom's on fire. Another thing that is on fire, it is Drew McIntyre. Adam Pearce calls him to the ring. Drew says he wants CM Punk. The fans want CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Pearce is willing to give him Punk, but you have to apologize to these referees for your actions at Money in the Bank. And Drew refuses, so he's still suspended. Honestly, Pearce was trying to make him look like a bitch, to be honest.
He was. He really was. Pearce is he's just a stooge. He's got to calm down.
Yeah, Pat McAfee said.
Well, they said that one, which I've already forgotten, when they said that Eddie Munster's real name, Michael Cole Comedy's like, that's his name.
That's his name. Yeah, this was just sorry. So he refused. He attacks the referees. Seth Rollins comes out to make things more complicated for Drew because he attacks him. Seth stands tall. Drew leaves. Still suspended.
Something you pointed out. It looked like Adam Pearce was ready to go.
Yeah, I thought he was going to start throwing down. I was like, he can still go.
It looked like he was ready to go.
Adam Pearce versus Nick Aldis for the first round draft pick next year. I don't know.
Okay. Nick Aldis would destroy Adam Pearce, but
all right, let's talk about it. The Wyatt 6 vignette.
I sure hope that this supernatural stuff just doesn't work for me. I don't think this is what can they do with these guys now after that first video? What can they possibly do with these guys? It's just this supernatural thing just doesn't work. It's just stupid. Like what are they ruined it all with the first video. They can't do anything with these guys anymore. It just doesn't work.
You done?
I'm sorry.
The video airs.
You remember those? You remember after the first
I know.
video, after the first reveal, all the fucking people are even Meltzer. What are they going to do with them? They just it doesn't work. It won't work. They got to make them invincible. It's working. They're not supernatural. They are just broken fucking people, and it's brilliant.
This VHS, which was a full interview, basically, interview with Eric Rowan.
The fact that they got Pat McAfee, the dude who was on a video call with Pat McAfee, and all like ESPN all in on it's great. Yeah. They delivered the tape on his show. It's fucking it's all this is so fucking good. And this video is it wow.
I cried. I teared up. I teared up. I'm not gonna lie. Hearing Eric Rowan talk about the pain of losing Luke Harper or Brody Lee and Bray Wyatt was tough. Hit home. Another video of just damn. It wasn't these characters talking. It wasn't the characters. It was real people, real emotion.
Just like Bo's first interview. How did your brother die and make you feel?
Which we said, was it Bo? That wasn't Bo talking. That was Taylor Rotunda. And these are real emotions that they're doing in these VHS, and we'll see what's next. Who's next? You know, how people are going to feel about things.
This whole thing, so the video was basically Rowan says basically the last few years have been very hard because he used to have a family. They were unstoppable and always had each other's backs. But then the whole world changed. He lost a brother, and we're like, at first you're like Bray. No, the one person who believed in him. The one person who believed in him more than anything else. Then he started to get it together again, and his other brother was gone too. That was Bray. First one was Luke. But the way he was talking, you're just like, are they going to brain up Brody Lee, Luke Harper here?
Yeah.
And they did.
Watching him cry.
Now he doesn't have. Now he doesn't. Now he. Yeah. Lola Vice takes some pointers. That's how you fucking cry in a promo.
That was real.
But that's real. That was real. That was him just letting it out. Now he doesn't have a family, and he's just Rowan. And who's going to care about Rowan? Fuck, dude, we care about Rowan, man. We do. We care about you, dude. We just like this whole thing. It's all real. This whole thing. It just feels. Rowan says that this whole thing gives them hope again. That they have a chance.
Yep.
Like this shit's. How do you not? How can you? You can't. That's just. It's fucking.
You feel it.
It's so good because it's real. This ain't. This ain't some story. This is exactly how the man feels about the whole situation.
And if you are a person,
he was cast out. He was cast out. He was just let go because he didn't have his family anymore.
And if you're a person that's online criticizing these, then you clearly are a cold-hearted son of a bitch because it's real. You feel what they're saying.
The whole thing. Everybody's like, this can't be a supernatural thing. Well, it's not. This is literally
it's got elements.
People coming together. Yeah, 100%. But this is more than just that.
Yep.
And once we get Nikki Cross's and we get Joe Gacy's, and also because, well, you'll get to it, but when they came out, did you see Joe Gacy? What he did? He did the Luke Harper walk. He was down low with the so fucking good. All the little things, man. Anyways,
the next match, Jey Uso defeats Dominic Mysterio as expected. What happened was Liv Morgan appeared midway through the match to try and help him. He ended up falling on her in a very suggestive way again, and she rolled over on top of him. Rhea runs out to stop it. Jey picks up the win. And in the ring, Jey puts the phone up to his ear to have Rhea call him, and Rhea smirked. Rhea smirked as she walked away. So good.
She did smirk. The thing was, when her music hit and Liv looked up, you could clearly see her say "shit."
Yeah. And she
like dipped. Clear as day. She just
ran.
left through the crowd.
So backstage after this match, Ripley gave a black rose to Dom and said, "Let's make one thing very clear. You belong to me, not the other way around." A happy ending? Don't think so. Chad Gable calls out Bo Dallas. It comes out there and he says, "I've solved the case. Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy," with the crowd going, "We know, you fucking idiot." Good job. Chad Gable killing this. Bo comes out. No music. comes to the ring as Bo Dallas. He gets
But this
jumped.
supernatural shit ain't never gonna
Yeah.
work. What are they gonna do with this? They can't go
Okay.
anywhere with it now. It's
I got
horrible.
it.
It's so
Jesus.
stupid. Why is it supernatural? They can't beat him. He's a supernatural hero. They can't beat him up. It won't work.
Yeah. Well, Bo Dallas came out and he got jumped by the Creed brothers in suits, just like Chad. But the whole time he's laughing.
We're getting Perk Gable soon.
Good.
It's gonna happen.
He, as Bo's getting beat down, he just laughs the whole time. Laughs.
Which is
Bray.
something
It's
that Bray used to do, but Brody used to do it too.
Just laughs and laughs and laughs. And Chad just, what are you laughing at? Lights go down. The Wyatt Six emerge and come to the ring, all of them. And of course, the heels head for the hills. They run.
That's a classic heel thing, though.
Oh yeah.
Just dip.
I'd probably dip too if I saw them coming at me.
So many little homages paid here, like the fucking Joe Gacy doing the fucking low Brody Lee walk, the Luke Harper walk. They're all in the ring, like when Bray Wyatt would be down on his knees, and the Eric and Brody and Braun at the time had their hands on his shoulders. They did that, and they had Sister Abigail right up on his shoulder, like
the lantern, and then good. Commercial. That's how it ended.
So good.
And we come back to the main event.
Like literally, they could just run this shit for like the next year, just telling this story, and it'd be amazing.
Yeah. Now the main event: Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov. They put on a pretty good match until it was interrupted, because of course it was going to be. Braun Breaker hits the scene and obliterates and destroys both men. You think we're going to get a triple threat? Maybe.
You would think that, but I heard multiple.
Or is it going to be Braun Sami?
I heard multiple sources that what am I trying to think here? Ilya they have plans for Ilya to do something else.
I mean, I think Braun and Sami happens again at WrestleMania, and Braun might get the win this time. Because I think you can't have him lose 2 title matches in a row.
No.
So, and I think a big stage like SummerSlam to give him the title would be a pretty big deal. So yeah, that was Monday Night Raw, a really good Monday Night Raw, to be honest. They're killing it with the stories.
A phenomenal Monday Night Raw. So good. Rhea Ripley stuff, having her back is huge. So you watch AEW, right? And it's the same 6-7 people every week. That's really all they have.
It's true, man. People will
WWE,
try to and correct me.
WWE, look how many different characters and different storylines, everything weaving, dipping, going.
Well, they got 3 hours to do it on Raw.
Yeah, you also have Collision and Rampage, and you can't make anything happen. You got Rhea Ripley's storyline. You got the Bloodline storyline. You got Judgment Day storyline. You got the Wyatt Six storyline. You got the Cody Rhodes. Everybody. There's so much talent going around. Sheamus and Pete Dunne are going to have a feud now. You got
Chad Gable and Alpha Academy is still a thing, and he obviously involved with the Wyatt Six. You have
but now you got the Creed brothers in with Chad and
Sonya Deville and her crew running roughshod through the women.
Just all these little stories always happening all the time. Some take the highlights, some take the lower, but something's always happening. Story after story. They don't slow down. They don't have many lulls. Where AEW, you're just like, okay, Ospreay, MJF, the Young Bucks. Mox doesn't really even show up anymore.
He hasn't been around actually since he dropped the title, which I was intrigued about. I've been thinking about that in my head, man. I've been like, what's the deal? What are we doing with Mox when he comes back? Because maybe he's taking some time off, which he deserves it. He fucking deserves it.
I heard his contract's up and he's been waiting to see what WWE offers him.
Oh.
Isn't that how these rumors get started?
Yeah, I think. Did you just make that up?
I don't know.
Anyway,
my sources tell me.
Yeah, that was it. That was Monday Night Raw. Fantastic Raw.
It's good. Fantastic.
We're gonna get into NXT, but we're gonna take a quick little break, and we're back. Welcome back to the show. This is Top Rope Renegades. This week in wrestling, we've went through. Why you always have a confused face or something? You make me worried.
Is this the start of the show?
I was just we just little be right back. Little BRB action.
Up first, the news, rumor, and innuendo, people.
Let's get back to the news, rumors, and innuendo. Say his name, and he appears, and that's exactly what happened on this week's episode of NXT.
Hey.
The Rascals, huh? The Rascals kicked off the show. What? Wesley, Trey Miguel, and Zachary Wentz. The Rascals. Shout out to the Little Rascals, one of my favorite movies growing up, by the way. I don't know why. I always used to watch that one. They were taking on Gallus, Joe Coffey.
You
Mark
liked
Coffey,
Alfalfa.
I don't know if that was my favorite character of the Rascals.
Mine was I know I'm going to sound politically incorrect, but mine was the black kid.
Buckwheat?
Buckwheat.
I like Buckwheat.
Call 911. I don't know what the number for 911 is.
Ooh, what's the number for 911? How should I know?
I'm only 5.
I think my favorite was was it Ote? Ote. Or what was the one kid's name?
Okay.
Well, he only said one word. Right? Hold on. I gotta look this up.
Dude, it's been okay. I remember the black kid, Buckwheat. I do remember Ote, and I remember Alfalfa and his girlfriend.
Porky, Woim, Froggy. Oh yeah, that's who
Froggy
I like.
Froggy was pretty hilarious.
I liked just But no, the Ote. Who else was in there? Shout out to Darla. Oh yeah, Reba was in there. She was AJ Ferguson, the driver. AJ Ferguson. That was good shit. Little Rascals. Shout out to Little Rascals. Yeah, but the Rascals of Wesley, Trey Miguel, and Zachary Wentz were taking on Gallus, Joe Coffey.
Remember when they tried to remake that movie and sucked?
Terrible. Don't do that. Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, the Rascals, of course, they're going to pick up the win. And this was a beautiful match to showcase. If you don't know what the Rascals are, now you do. All three of them, uber athletic in the ring. I want to say Wentz and Miguel, man, they got that tag team chemistry down pat. It's really good.
I was blown away. I'm like, holy fuck, there's talent like this outside of how are they not on AEW where the best wrestle? These guys are better than anybody on AEW.
I say that when I'm wearing the Ospreay jersey just because I thought he put on a really good match, but we'll get to that in AEW.
We'll get to that. I'm just
stop.
These two guys.
Okay.
These two guys right now. I'm not even trying to make any jokes at this moment. These two guys, Zachary Wentz and
Trey Miguel.
I will remember the names eventually. I'm just going to call them the Rascals. They are tag team wrestlers from how they are together. This is back in the territorial days of wrestling when you had the Freebirds and you had the Rockers and you had the Von Erichs,
tag team specialists.
Actual tag teams specialists. Mm-hmm. These are what these two guys, the vibe I get off them. They excel at it because they work so well off each other. And man, all three of these guys together, flying around. How can you not be interested in a match like this? Yeah. It was just so much shit going on. You're just like, wow.
So entertaining. What was the move that Trey Miguel hit that we were like, whoa?
Oh,
he slid on his knees.
Oh yeah, so he was going to the ropes, he slid on his knees and did a front somersault through the ropes into a DDT.
Yep.
It was just he slid on his knees, did a front somersault through the ropes. So it's like, how do you not clip any of those ropes while doing that? And then DDT. It was just like,
that was the first move that I saw that I was like, oh my god. They put out a couple more moves, but there's a move later in the night that someone did that I was like, I've never seen that one before. And this was one of those that through the ropes on the knees. I've never seen that before. Match was great. But as I said, say his name, he appears. Joe Hendry was on commentary because Vic Joseph said his name. And when he said his name, Joe Hendry appeared to come do commentary with Booker and
the best part. Booker's like, don't you do it. Joe Hendry. He would have did it.
He said, I'm going to say it. Joe Hendry. Say his name. And yeah, it was great. Joe didn't actually talk much on commentary. There was a little bit of back and forth with Booker where Booker was like, what are you doing out here, man? What are you doing out here? And Joe looked at him and said, tell me you didn't just say that, Booker. Tell me you didn't. Old Booker line. No, the match was really good. We get a video package. Joe Hendry commentated himself about what transpired last week on NXT, where he teamed with Trick Williams.
I don't know. I don't think you agree with me on this, but I swear to God, he started the promo as if he was imitating the play-by-play Vic Joseph part, and then he changed his voice to like the color commentary part of the promo, and he was like trying to do, but I don't know. He changed his voice halfway through. I'm just like, he's doing play-by-play and color commentary at the same time. He's amazing. Somebody tell me I'm right. Somebody tell me I'm right, please.
Kelly Kincaid is interviewing the Chase University.
Oh, this is so good.
The name drop of Roxanne comes up, and Thea goes, "Roxanne's coming out? Roxanne?" And Roxanne, and she's like, "I gotta go." Thea dips. Andre Chase and Riley Osborne are still there, and tells Ridge, keep an eye on her. Chase is Thea. They preview the main event, Obafemi facing Duke Hudson for the NXT North American title, which we will get to. Ethan Page, though, confronts Ava backstage to bring some complaints regarding NXT being What? It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up.
You missed. It's happened before that?
Not on my list.
Well, it did on my notes, because I actually write notes.
It's actually not on their list at all, so I apologize. They show Roxanne walking to the ring, and in the background, Thea Hale appears around the corner, and Ridge has to grab her and bring her back. Roxanne doesn't even notice this happens behind her. That was hilarious. That was some good shit right there. No, yeah, they didn't have the notes, idiots. Fightful sucks. You're right. I gotta start taking my own notes. NXT champion Ethan Page confronts Ava backstage to bring some complaints regarding NXT being unsafe. Of course, he's interrupted by Oro Mensah. Mensah challenges Page to defend his title. Page and
That's
Ava
Rich coming from a guy that just came from AEW.
No shit. Page and Ava said he was not in the title picture. Ava says, "Fine, do it tonight if you want to defend your title." Page agrees and said, "I'll defend it against Dante Chen." So that's gonna happen. NXT Women's Champion Roxanne comes to the ring to celebrate her win against Lola last week. Says a couple things of, "No one's better than me in this ring." All I hear on the internet is, "Oh, Julia's coming. Here we go. Stephanie Vacour, she's going to run through the division, and I'll still be the NXT champion." I can't wait till they show up. But she's interrupted by Thea.
Anybody thinks that Julia and Stephanie Vacour are not going straight to the top of NXT when they get there, you're out of your mind.
Thea Hale interrupts her to make her case for the NXT Women's title. Perez basically dismisses Hale as a challenger. Thea responds by asking Perez, "Go ahead, doubt me. Keep doubting me, because that is when she succeeds." Perez calls Thea a little girl, leading to a brawl. Rich Holland has to come out and break up the brawl. Thea did not like being called a little girl. And we'll be seeing, she will be defending the title against Thea at the Great American Bash. It's a 2-week special on Sci-Fi.
Thea has it. So I've said this, if you look at the history of wrestling, especially in the WWE, the biggest talents of all time have over-the-top personalities, correct?
Yep.
The Rock, Stone Cold, Bret Hart,
Cena,
Goldberg, Cena. They have over-the-top personalities. They're bigger than life.
Mm-hmm.
Thea Hale has that over-the-top personality. She stands out. She legit looks like she loves the business. She's been doing it since she was 17. She was doing it while she was still in high school. She's going to be somebody big. I swear to you. She's going to be huge, and she's going to be a top star one day.
I agree with you. Now, the question is, I don't think she wins the title off Roxanne.
I think it's too soon. She's only 20, but she's destined. She's destined. If she's already she has a full-fledged character at the age of 20. A full-fledged character. What she's doing is a character. Actually, it's not too far off her normal Instagram shit. Yeah. It's just a lot of the great characters are just
who they are.
Your own personal self exemplified. Like Stone Cold's Stone Cold in real life, but then on TV he just boosts it more, right? Mm-hmm. That's what The Rock does. That's what Cody Rhodes does. That's what all the greats do. Mm-hmm. Thea Hale's there. She has it. She's going to be a star.
Agreed. Kelly Kincaid interviewing NXT Women's North American Champion Kalani Jordan. She gets interrupted by Wendy Chu, and that is it, where Kalani looks at Kelly and says, "That was weird, right?" Kelly Kincaid interviews Lola Vice. she gets interrupted by JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix calling Vice a rookie and telling her to get to the back of the line. So Lola's a face now because she's going against the heels. Roxanne's a heel, and yeah, I don't remember her getting the turn. Whatever. Next match, Javon Evans and Brooks Jensen. Javon Evans is gonna pick up the win with his cutter. This was another match that had a move that I had not really seen before, where he jumped vertically from the ground to the middle ropes and
bottom ropes
and did a moonsault.
Still wild though.
It was crazy.
Still wild.
He's
still wild.
That boy bouncy. Your sentiments of Thea Hale are very similar to mine, as I've said of Javon Evans. I think Javon Evans has a very, very, very bright future. In the ring, he's got it. Got to work a little bit on the.
He needs to figure out his persona.
He'll get it. He's 19.
He's there. He's got all the athleticism in the world.
Or just turned 20.
He's got to find a persona for himself. Something that says who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it just seems like a kid from the hood.
Yeah, sure. That's the way you want to put it.
I don't know.
He's got. Yeah, I like him. I like him though. I think he's got it.
No, the young OG. I get it. It's there. I just think he needs to hone like figure out what he wants to be as a character and go with it.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what comes with him. But he is going to pick up the win over Brooks Jensen here. Sean Spears that appeared during the match on the ramp. Brooks attacks Javon after the match. Josh has to pull him off by saying, "I'm putting my neck on the line for you. I got to watch out for you." And then they walk away. You see Sean Spears in the corner as they walk off, just dark and mysterious.
This is Sean Spears going to take Brooks under his wing.
Yeah. I actually didn't think of that until you just said that. That makes sense. Up next, Charlie Dempsey needs to talk to Tony D'Angelo regarding
this is what I was talking about. Charlie Dempsey fucking figured out this scene is so fucking good.
He's asking Tony for some help because a witness watched their activity last week where I assume they got rid of Damon Kemp. And it wasn't mentioned, but they put somebody in the back of the car. Tony says, I know everything that goes on.
This isn't the second time that a talent has been released and then the D'Angelo family has supposedly unalived them.
D'Angelo family took care of the first one. Now it's Charlie doing it their way.
Okay, but style. This is Charlie. This, like I said, Charlie's trying to imitate Tony, and it's so fucking good.
And he asks, taking care of a witness. Tony wants no part of it because it's a female. He don't mess with that. He'll have to figure it out on his own. Dempsey walks away irritated. Mackenzie Mitchell interviews Dante Chen where he says he did not see the title match coming, but he will shock the world. So I'm gonna just
about this. I'm like, is he supposed to be a cowboy? And then when he comes out, he's like, oh, he's a Singapore cowboy. Never mind.
So this is the stupidity of Fightful, and I'm really starting. I got to take my own notes. I'm gonna read what they put. Trick Williams spoke with Trick Williams via FaceTime.
Well, we know that didn't happen.
Trick Williams spoke with Ilya Dragunov on FaceTime about getting his NXT title back. Ilya told him, you have to find your own way. Trick behind him sees Pete Dunne and goes to ask him questions, and Pete just says, you're on your own, walks away.
So it's kind of funny because Ilya Dragunov basically said, you have to go do it. And then Pete Dunne's like, figure the fuck out, dude.
Yeah. Basically, two guys like, figure it out. If you want it back that bad, go get it. NXT Championship match, Ethan Page defeats Dante Chen, of course. After the match, Ora Mensa shows up to attack Ethan Page, catching him with the scorpion kick before hitting Page with a leg lariat. And then he pinned him. No referee count, but he did pin him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So something I just want to bring up, it's kind of sort of related. So Ethan Page, all ego.
Yeah.
Uses the Razor's Edge for his finisher, the Ego's Edge.
Yeah.
We'll get to Dynamite shortly. I know I'm bringing this up a bit sooner, but this kind of same thing. Ego's Edge, Razor's Edge was Razor Ramon's finish. On Dynamite, Will Ospreay used the Styles Clash twice. Poorly, in my opinion. twice.
Which isn't normal for him, because normally he actually does it pretty well. I don't know.
Yeah. The one on the apron I kind of understand, because like that could
That's
go
tough.
horribly wrong, so he was probably trying to be really careful about it. The middle rope one, I mean, Mishin was able to do it. Come on, Will.
Yeah.
Anyways, nonetheless, my whole point here is that I guess somebody on the internet, people were tagging AJ Styles like, oh, Will Ospreay's using your move. Oh, Will Ospreay's using your move. And then AJ Styles pretty much responded back with like, yeah, we're wrestlers. We use wrestling moves. If anything, if a guy's using your specific move that pretty much is dedicated
Respect.
just to you, it's a show of respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Like AJ's just shutting it down. He's like, I don't want no part of this. We're wrestlers. We use wrestling moves.
Mm-hmm. We get a video package. Duke Hudson before his title match against Oba.
I love how we just totally forgot about Dante Chen, just like everybody else.
Yeah, it's fine. Gallus speaking about their frustrations, where they say Joe Hendry's name and he appears. And Hendry said, I like it around here at NXT. I might stick around for a while. And that was that. So we'll see what happens next week on NXT. But Joe Hendry says he's going to stick around. Hell, Joe Hendry could show up on NXT next week with the TNA World Championship around his shoulder. We'll see. Slammiversary is coming up on July 20th. And he is in the Eliminator match.
This WWE, they tell a good story.
Yep.
This was awesome. Joe Hendry, he just appeared. He's just like, hey guys.
Hey guys. How you doing? Yeah, good stuff there. Tatum Paxley defeats Izzy Dame in a match where Wendy Chu appears on the ramp with the doll that looks kind of like Izzy Dame, and Tatum puts the head back on the doll. Seems like there's a little partnership with Tatum and Wendy Chu here. There's another tidbit of that coming up here in just a second. Chase University are backstage, where Duke basically thanking Ridge for the match. And
again, we totally just skipped over Izzy Dame and everything because
I'm not a fan. Yeah. Chase U backstage. Hudson.
No, I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
you did it to Dante. You do it to guys that don't matter.
I'm fair.
Sorry, they don't.
Duke thanks Ridge for getting him the match. They're all being very loud, and Duke walks up and he's like, "Guys, quiet down. I'm trying to focus for the match." And everybody's like, "Oh shit." He's like, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. Just a good little rib. So yeah, that's setting up for the main event. Cedric Alexander and Asante the Adonis are speaking backstage before Adonis gets distracted and tries to hit on Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Aura interrupts and says, no, we're not doing that. So I think we're getting Aura versus Ashanti next week on NXT. Lola Vice, she defeats JC Jane. Nyx, Jane, and Fallon Henley attack her after the match, but Carmen Petrovich and Sol Ruka save Lola Vice. This is dumb, man. I don't get it, because I don't know where Lola Vice switched up. I didn't, unless we're considering her loss against Roxanne the face turn, or that
no, the loss, the win over Shayna probably would be where it started.
Or the terrible crying promo that she tried to pull off.
No, like that. Actually, no, you're right, because for some reason the IWC loved that shit. I'm just like, that was horrible.
I didn't buy it. So that happened. Tatum Paxley meets with Kalani Jordan, asks her if she wants to play. Jordan says, we're adults. We don't play with dolls anymore. Where Tatum pulls a doll that looks kind of like Kalani. And
it's so good.
This goes. Ethan Page was backstage as he is going to leave, and he declares that Aura did not pin me. It was an illegal bout, and I'm not bothered by the situation. It didn't pin me, and he leaves. Good stuff, Ethan Page.
Man,
simple.
Ethan Page has it. He has it. He can. He's so good on the mic. And his in-ring work's not bad either. He has it.
Yep.
I think honestly, and this isn't even a shot, but AEW fucked up with him, man. They could have used him for so much more.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But he was just a lackey to MJF.
Yep. Next match is the OC taking on OTM. The OC, of course, Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, the Big LG, Luke Gallows, and Michin, Mia Yim. OTM's Bronco Nima, Lucian Price, and Jada Parker. OC are going to pick up the win with the Magic Killer on Nima. This is a pretty good match. It was hit or miss with me, but couple good spots, and of course the Magic Killer never disappoints when they hit it.
Magic Killer is so nice. I love watching Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, especially Carl Anderson. That dude can fucking go, man.
Yes.
There's a reason these guys have been tag team champions everywhere.
Mm-hmm. WWE Hall of Famers. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one, isn't it?
No, but they should be recognized for their overall work in all of wrestling.
Do the OC get in? Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
AJ Styles is the only one that goes in.
Yeah, for sure. Main event. Oh, sorry.
That's taking nothing away from Luke and Carl. I just don't think they had
their prime. Wasn't WWE.
Their prime was New Japan.
It's just how it was. Rinsane cleared backstage with the No Quarter Catch crew. She's telling them that she wants to join the faction, or she's going to tell everyone what they did.
This was good too. This was so fucking good too.
Dempsey refuses the offer. Sinclair says, "Don't worry," and she does like a little tickling match with Miles. Miles is very interested in it, but Charlie shuts it down. Sinclair says she's going to find a way into the group somehow. See what happens.
So good. Everything they can't miss. They can't miss with this shit, man.
And up next was a pretty good match. It was a pretty good match. The NXT North American Championship match.
What back up. Over? Lexis Kane interrupting GJ Eddie Thorpe at a show.
The NXT North American Championship match. Oba Femi taking on Duke. I'm not into that story at all. I'm not into Eddie Thorpe.
This could be the push that Lexis needs to become the loose cannon.
Okay, if it happens, I'll be okay with it. But right now, I'm just not really into it. NXT North American Championship match. Oba Femi taking on Duke Hudson with Chase U at his side. This was a good match. Duke Hudson showing off how athletic he is for a big man. Oba Femi showing how powerful we already know he is. Oba is going to get the win with a pop-up powerbomb. There was moments, man, where I thought Duke Hudson might have came out with this. What did you think of this match?
Duke has been the first opponent for Oba in a singles match, because I can't say overall because that triple threat at Stand and Deliver was ridiculous. But as a singles match, one-on-one, Duke Hudson felt like the first person that could actually possibly do this.
Yeah. Close, man.
Whew. And I said it a few weeks back. I think Duke Hudson might have it.
You said it a couple times.
I think Duke has what it takes to make main roster one day and be somebody.
He's got the look. He's good in the ring.
He's athletic.
He does. I love the fact that he does homage to one of his favorites of all time, Trish Stratus, and does the what move is that? The I don't even know what it's called. The handstand into the
into the Hurricanrana.
Yeah, where he does it in the corner. That's
that's the Stratisfaction.
No, the Stratisfaction is like the DDT thing. But yeah, this was a really good match. It showed off how good Duke is, and it just reiterated that Oba Femi is an absolute monster, and I don't know who is going to be able to take that title from Oba at this point. Nobody comes to mind in the NXT roster to stand a chance at this very moment. So I'm not sure. I'm giving you time to look that up because I'm sure that's what you're doing. If you figure it out, you figure it out. I'll get to the ending of NXT though, which was Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen closing the show in the NXT parking lot, arguing, and Jensen challenges Briggs to a no DQ match for next week.
Is that the Matrish Revolutions, the Whirlybird head scissors?
Yeah, I think that's it.
So the Matrish Revolutions. It's like Matrish is her Matrix evasion that she did, and then the Matrish Revolutions is like the sequel.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's really cool to see Rich Holland or Duke Hudson, the guy that big.
Oh no, there it is. So I was right. Okay, I just found it. The other one is handstand tilt-a-whirl head scissors takedown. Okay. That's the Matrish Revolutions. I was half right with the Stratisfaction. That's her actual finisher. Her special was the Stratosphere.
Okay, there it is. But yeah, impressive to see Duke Hudson, a guy that big, pull that off.
Oh shit.
It's fantastic. But yeah, the end of the show.
I mean, kudos to Oba, because on the one he did, his legs didn't catch his neck perfectly and flip him, so Oba It still looked cool as shit, but it was a little delayed on the flip.
Briggs and Jensen,
Which might have been actually a botch by Oba. Actually, I might be backwards on that. Maybe Oba didn't go soon enough. Nonetheless, still looks cool as shit, and it's weird seeing a dude the size of Duke do it.
Yeah. End of the night, though, was Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs arguing in the parking lot. Brooks Jensen challenging Josh Briggs to a no DQ match for next week. Briggs is left confused to end the broadcast. That's how they ended.
And also, I'm going to bring it up again. How dumb were we not to connect Bull Buchanan being Brooks' dad?
I didn't get that because his name is Brooks Jensen, but his real name is
but
Buchanan.
His Twitter handle's Ben Buchanan.
Yeah, I totally just completely spaced that part.
And for the people that don't know who Bull Buchanan was, he was a WWE wrestler for a long time. Well, not a long time. Back in the Attitude Era, a long time was like 3-4 years. That's kind of like, old wrestlers. A lot of them didn't have long careers. They were considered washed up by the time they were like early 30s. True. But nonetheless, Bull Buchanan was part of the censorship group with
Right to Censor.
Right to Censor. Yeah, he was their enforcer.
Yeah, Bull Buchanan. Yeah, well, I can't believe we didn't put that one together.
Along with the Godfather, actually.
Yeah, the Godfather joined up with that for a little bit when he went away from the hose.
Yeah, Ben Buchanan, Bull Buchanan, and the Godfather were like the enforcers of the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was NXT. Really good NXT in my eyes. I will always look forward to watching NXT every week because I'm always just waiting to see what's going to happen next. Anything to add?
Okay, so AEW, we're the best wrestler, right?
Yeah.
They put on wrestling shows, not entertainment shows. It's right in their name, All Elite Wrestling compared to World Wrestling Entertainment, as so many marks like to point out. How many matches did AEW Dynamite have this week?
Yeah, you can't do that.
How many matches? 3? 2? 3? NXT had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches.
Let's get into Dynamite in their 3 matches. One of the matches went 59 minutes and 58 seconds. This was the AEW International Championship. MJF, Will Ospreay defending against MJF, and MJF is your new international champion. This was a really good match. For an hour long, these guys put on a really, really good match. You're not happy with how it ended.
Whoa.
That's fine.
Wait. Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't like how it ended. But that being said,
I like the match. I really like the match.
Oh yeah. First 59 minutes and 45 seconds match.
Okay.
Banner. Absolutely good. Honestly, I agree with Meltzer. Probably one of the top matches of all time on Dynamite.
It's the best Dynamite match I think ever. So,
that being said, this feud kind of kicked off 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Kind of when MJF came back and took shots at Will.
Kind of. But nonetheless, 2 to 3 weeks this feud has really kind of kicked off. Not gaining a whole lot of heat, but kicking it off. You have All In happening in 5 weeks?
Right.
Could you not have maybe built this feud for another 5 weeks and just had this match at Wembley?
Right. Because you're probably going to have that match at Wembley again. But what's the point? You did the big one.
And then I heard something on the end. It's like, well, no, you don't put an hour-long match on a pay-per-view. This is AEW. They like to have 9-hour pay-per-views. It would have been fun.
MJF did it with Daniel Bryan.
I know. 100%. So, and I'm not trying to, I'm just, the whole thought process behind this. You have 2 of the most popular stars in the world?
No, Dynamite and AEW. Just say AEW. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
No? Okay. 2 of the most popular wrestlers
in the world. Will, yes. MJF, not really. Not anymore. He's cooled off bad. Can't tell me he hasn't cooled off.
Well, how they're booking him right now has a lot to do with that.
I didn't say it was his fault.
Nonetheless, he came back from injury. They had a huge chance to do something with him, and they had him fucking wrestling Roosh. So, that's on AEW.
Where's Roosh, by the way? Have you seen him?
I don't know, but if he's the reason why Stephanie Verkur signed with WWE, like a lot of AEW marks are saying, Tony Khan's an idiot. Because if your choices were, hey, hold up. If your choices were Roosh or Stephanie Verkur, who do you take?
Yeah. So you know what? If Roosh is the real reason that Stephanie Verkur came to WWE, I love you, Roosh. You're a hell of an athlete. Fantastic 100%. In the ring.
So here's
mess with the horns.
Here's the thing. Look it up. It's actually kind of a really crazy, sick scenario that what happened to Stephanie.
I could sum it up really fast for you if you want. Stephanie Verkur was in a relationship with somebody. He allegedly put his hands on her and beat her up. There were like bruises, marks, whatever. It was reported. A restraining order was put against this individual that put his hands on Stephanie. Roosh came out and defended this individual.
Yes. So let's say hypothetically, Stephanie Verkur talked to Tony Khan and she was like, "Yeah, I'll sign with you, but I can't be there with Roosh." And then Tony Khan's like, "Well, we can't get her with Roosh, so no, we're fine. We don't want you."
He's a top guy. He's joining the Don Callis family. We have to keep Roosh.
Yeah. So, anyways, AEW marks. If you really think that's the reason why she didn't sign there, you're an idiot because Tony Khan isn't that stupid. No, he would have seen that Stephanie is way bigger a star than Roosh and would have got rid of Roosh in a second.
She came to WWE
that's not the reason.
It was her dream as a child.
It was her dream, as a lot of wrestlers' dreams is to be in the WWE. There's a British wrestler that I follow, and she's actually I like her style. She's very rough around the edges, but she Succubus over in Britain. Check it out. She's on Facebook. She has her own wrestling promotion she's starting. Actually, she's a cool little story, but nonetheless, she's like her dreams to join WWE. Like this is every wrestler's dream is to join the biggest company in the world. That's where you want to go. So, nonetheless, Stephanie Verkur is in WWE because that's where she wants to be. She didn't even consider AEW was
where she belongs.
Yeah,
where she fucking belongs.
She's gonna be a superstar. She is.
But this match, the ending,
and also it looked like Damian Priest would give away everything the way he looked at her in Mexico. But anyways, nonetheless, where was I with this match?
You didn't like the finish.
Okay, yeah. So this whole match, amazing. We even said 15 minutes. Like, imagine they go to the time limit. It's like on a TV show.
I did say that. I was like, they're gonna go to the time limit. And you're like, the time limit's 60
like on a TV show. Do you dedicate half your show to one match?
And I said the time limit because the only reason I said that was they're not gonna have an official winner. It's gonna be a draw.
Which is, if you're gonna go that far, you might as well do it that way. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but because of the finish, this match went on 40 minutes longer than it had to. Really, honestly.
The finish made sense with the diamond ring MJF using. Are you mad about the
diamond ring?
No, I'm
just saying. I'm not upset about the way it happened. He was dirty. He's MJF. He's a dirty wrestler. He's gonna win however he's gonna win. I'm just saying, if that's your finish, why do you need an hour-long match to get to that finish? You could have done that in 20 minutes. It would have had the same effect.
I think they wanted the cool, I knocked him out and I pinned him at the very, very, very end.
So then you put a 20-minute time limit on the match and do it that way.
How it works. Why do you AEW 60-minute time limit for title matches, dude?
It's a TV. So
watch the product, you fed boy.
Long story short, what did WCW used to do all the time before their inevitable downfall?
Didn't watch it.
Okay, so what WCW used to do was the exact same thing. They used to give away big matches on free TV. How do you not build up a match like this for another 4 weeks and get more pay-per-view buys? AEW doesn't have an online streaming platform, so how do you get AEW pay-per-views? You have to buy it. So why not build up the hype and get more people interested in All In to buy it? Why have this match? Oh, they're going to have the rematch. You can't top this match. This match was literally, and I don't, if Meltzer gives it 7 stars, I'm going to fucking agree with him because this match was that fucking good. MJF is a phenomenal wrestler. He told a story throughout that whole match. Ospreay selling the shoulder, fucking good. I didn't like the doctor spot in the commercial, but whatever. We'll get past that. It's a minor misstep. The selling of the shoulder, amazing. The effects of it. MJF doing his heel tactics, rolling out of ring, wasting time, doing that, all brilliant. Everything about this match, they went back and forth. There's a couple missteps, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a 60-hour wrestling match, or 60-hour. Wow, that'd be wild. 60-minute wrestling match. You're gonna get tired. Shit happens. The style clashes look kind of sloppy. Whatever. I'm over it. The match was amazing. I will agree 100%. Meltzer gives a 7. I say yes, a 7-star match, 100%. The finish, you could have just had a shorter match and then had a better match at All In. Okay, then the rematch works. You can have the 60-minute banner at All In. You keep this 20 minutes. You make the disqualification happen. All that shit. Whatever. You cannot follow this match with a better match. You can't.
They're gonna go 2 hours.
I would not be surprised. We're gonna fight until there's a winner. Isn't that how wrestling works? You fucking Muppets. Nonetheless,
Muppet.
They ruined you cannot have a better match than All In. It's not possible at this point. Nope. You just gave away your best match on free TV when you have your biggest pay-per-view of the year coming up in 5 weeks.
Yep. I agree with everything you're saying. There's nothing
fantastic match. Probably one of you ask us at the end of your match of the year, this is probably it right now as it stands. Amazing fucking match.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
But nonetheless, you gave it away on free TV 5 weeks before your biggest pay. This would be like, oh, hey guys, on March 1st Raw, we're going to have Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship, and then Cody wins it there 4 weeks before WrestleMania. How dumb would that be?
I'll tell you when you're telling lies.
Okay, thank you. So there, great match. Loved every second of it. I was blown away by everything that was done in this match, but wow, are you fucking stupid for booking it in this way?
Yep. Let's talk about what followed this match. We get an interview with Mark Briscoe and the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed pitched themselves in Team Day AEW match for Blood and Guts. Swerve appears and he is proclaimed as the captain of Team AEW, as he should be. He is the AEW World Champion. Even Mark Briscoe said that. I don't make the calls. This guy does. And he agrees, yes, the Acclaimed will be a part of Team AEW for next week's Dynamite show. Don't know why, but they have the beef with the Bucks. Okay. That was that. The Learning Tree segment hosted a new edition of TV Time.
No, you can't stop there. You can't just roll past that.
Go ahead.
The Acclaimed, the Elite, who claim to run AEW versus Team AEW. And this is the best you can come up with. Mark Briscoe, who's a Ring of Honor guy, not even AEW, Ring of Honor. He has the championship for Ring of Honor, which doesn't even matter. The Acclaimed, the fucking Acclaimed, you have day oneers for Team AEW that could be there. Yes, okay. Swerve makes sense. He's the champion, 100%. At the end of the show, Darby makes sense, 100%. The Acclaimed, you have MJF, you have Moxley, you have Chris Jericho, you have... This is your best choice to go up against the Elite, is these two Muppets.
I'd have took Dustin Rhodes.
We're gonna get Max Caster coming out rapping horribly. Actually, maybe not. But no, he's gonna rap something before the fucking match, and I'm gonna be pissed off about that because you have Mox who's not doing anything.
Yeah, I think Moxley should have been a part of this. I get the whole fact that the Acclaimed has the beef with the Bucks and the title thing coming. Okay,
I don't care. Have them beef for the title that the Bucks haven't even defended since they've won them.
I'm okay with that because that's kind
of when they win them? April.
Won them off of who they won them off of? No, they won the little tournament thing, but still.
April.
I don't mind. I don't mind it. I don't mind them not defending it because it's like them using their EVP. You know, they don't have, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's still stupid.
Yeah, I agree. They could do a better Team AEW. But here we are. You could have done Danielson.
Bryan Danielson, yeah.
I'm just saying. Swerve, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Darby Allin. Mark Briscoe can be there because he'll do some cool shit in the match. Sure.
100% he will, but
the AEW Ring of Honor partnership, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, let's talk about the Learning Tree. Chris Jericho, Big Bill, Brian Keith, New edition, where he calls their attacks on Shibata, Hook, and Joe accidents, and questioned who would be crazy enough to ignore the Learning Tree's advice. And then appears Minoru Suzuki. Gives a letter to Jericho, and it says next
I popped.
week.
I popped.
Oh yeah,
I
next
popped.
week. Next week we're getting Suzuki versus Jericho at Blood and Guts for the FTW title. And Big Bill and Brian Keith are banned from it. Suzuki hits a headbutt on Jericho just for fun and says, "Bye guys," and leaves. So yeah, two very old wrestlers, but very intriguing match.
Okay, so a couple things about this. I disagree with you when you said match is going to suck. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. You did say that. Don't give me that look. You said this match is going to suck.
I said that because
Okay.
every Jericho match has been rough watch. It's a rough
Yeah,
watch,
but this
man.
is a hardcore match.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm interested.
And that one match that was a banger between him and Hook that you walked away from,
Yeah,
that was a good match. Nonetheless,
maybe
this
Jericho.
is Suzuki. Suzuki is a hardcore guy. It makes sense.
I want Jericho to pull out his older gimmick for this though, the Painmaker, because it's a hardcore match. It's FTW match.
Do it. This is going to be a good match. But that being said, it being an FTW match, how do you ban guys from ringside?
I don't know. I didn't get that either. It's in the contract.
Nonetheless, I think you're wrong. I think this match is going to be really good.
We'll see. We will see. The Elite are backstage talking about next week's Blood and Guts match before Mercedes Moné appears. Moné says, "Thank you for doing something about DMD." Dr. Britt Baker, Matthew Jackson guarantees there will be no issues tonight. Okada whispers in their ear and asks Mercedes to do her CEO dance, and Okada basically creams in his pants.
This whole segment was horrible until Okada was like, "Oh,
God."
I laughed.
I hate the fact that he's doing this character. It's funny, but
I do 100%. It's Okada. Why are you not booking this guy like a beast?
TBS Championship match is next. Mercedes Moné taking on Nyla Rose. This was her open challenge that she issued.
I get the open challenge. Kind of funny actually. I originally said, why are we having this match? Because I was just kind of being that typical WWE dick about it. I do know the reason why they had this match. Nyla Rose was on the very first episode of Dynamite.
Yes, she was the second AEW Dynamite Women's Champion. Yeah. Shida was the first.
Yeah, the very first match she had on the very first episode was against Shida.
It wasn't Shida. Shida wasn't the first in an AEW Women's title. It was what's the little one's name? Little girl, little Chinese girl. It was her. She was the first one. Spacing her name right now, and I feel bad about it.
I know who you're saying. I know who. That was who Nyla wrestled on the very first match.
Yes. Who was the first AEW Women's Champion?
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, this match, Riho. Yeah, this match was not great.
No, it wasn't.
It was not great. Mercedes is going to pick up the win with the bank statement. But what matters is what happened after the match, where she ripped a DMD greater than CEO sign from a masked fan. Masked fan, of course, is Dr. Britt Baker, looking fantastic as always. They get separated by security guards.
Wife material.
100%. And she makes bank. So yeah, that was the match. Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné. That match is Wembley. It's gonna happen. And she's probably gonna bury Britt Baker. We get a video package. Mariah May's vicious attack from last week on.
No. Mercedes holds the title matters to her. The title that was made for her. Why does she need the AEW title? She has the title that was meant for her.
It's in her creative control, brother. She does what she wants. We didn't actually talk about this when we opened the show.
I keep forgetting that her last name is Hogan.
We did not talk about this when we opened the show. We kind of did miss this one because it probably was the biggest deal from AEW Dynamite that we didn't get to talk about. And that was Mariah May turning on Toni Storm. Turning on Toni, bloodying her up. I mean, Toni was bleeding. We get the recap of that. We get the piece of shit Jack Perry. He appears, stating he didn't give a shit about Brandon Cutler, as he showed beating up Brandon Cutler. Calls out Darby Allin. Meet me later tonight. Music hits, and it's Timeless Tony Storm's music, and it's not Timeless Tony Storm. It's Mariah May, looking very, 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 very similar to Tony Storm. Saying everyone saw her betraying Storm coming, but Storm herself. Everyone saw it coming, but Tony. She wanted to play along with Tony to take her spot, but the time came for her to take her out as she saw the word Wembley. She said she loves Tony, but she never loved Tony more than when she was bleeding and screaming her name. Made promises to have her best performance at AEW All In before declaring AEW was now all about Mariah. And the part that made me go, what the fuck, was she wasn't talking. She hadn't said a word yet. She had a microphone in her hand. And Tony Schiavone on commentary says, "Well, say something, bitch." And I was like,
he said, speak, bitch. Come on now.
I was like, whoa. Whoa. People are defending this, by the way, and I don't care. It is what it is. But like, people are like, this was a heel that turned on the biggest face in the women's division.
Yeah, but what do the commentators have to do with that? Commentate.
I have never heard that come out of a commentator's mouth. I mean, maybe it has, and I'm just blanking. But that was just
okay. So
nowhere.
A commentator can be like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Not speak, bitch. Come on now. It's just weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
And Tony's not even like it. Maybe if Tony was like a heel commentator, but Tony's just Tony.
He's just the old piece of fuck. Fuck. Shut up, Shivani. We get a recap of what happened on Collision. Alicia Tout's interview with the Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn. What?
Whoa.
You have more about Mariah?
You didn't even talk about her promo.
Yeah, I did. I said exactly everything she said. Did you miss
that?
You
backed up. I was reading something while you were talking about it. Okay,
yeah,
cool. We're good. Anyways, big takeaway from this. The crowd in Little Rock, Arkansas sucks. Because I could have sworn I heard two fucking cockroaches fucking in the back of the arena during that promo. I swear to God.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
I thought I saw you wrote that. That was a good one.
But anyways, the crowd wasn't behind that promo at all.
There wasn't a crowd.
Well, yeah, no, I showed you those pictures. Okay, so 2 hours before the show, it was posted. 2,600 tickets have been sold for the 250th episode of Dynamite. That arena holds 18,000 people. I sent pictures, the hard cam side, which is why I was laughing, because during the show, they were talking to the hard cam side. I'm like, there ain't nobody over there. And I found pictures that, yeah, there ain't nobody fucking over there. And on the backside behind the commentators, all the seats were covered. It was just a little bit of the crowd behind the commentators, and all the crowd were on the left, but only in the lower bowl. And they even had some empty seats on that side. Why are we still booking 20,000 seat stadiums, guys? Oh, I totally missed that during the news. So Tony Khan was. Let me bring this up. This ties in, so it works. Notepad. Where's my notes on the news? I missed that. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, so yeah, see, why do you even talk to that side? Like, there's nobody there.
You can see right
and all
here.
and all to the left, all blacked out. But behind, go back to the other picture. To the left there, on the very edge, all the way around to the other side before you get to the camera side, all blacked out.
Yeah, it was not a good look. And how.
So, anyways, AEW is looking into doing a stadium show in Texas next year.
I heard that was bullshit.
Tony Khan says, he said this to comicbook.com. A fascinating thing for us to try, but it's not something that we would be looking to do anytime here in the immediate future.
They're never going to do that.
The thought process of having a stadium show in the States can never happen for AEW, because how do you shoot that? You can't fill. You know how stupid it would look to have 2,000 fans at a stadium show in Texas?
We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
That thing's like 70,000 people. Actually, no, that's a little big that's like college stadiums. Probably 45, 50 for Dallas Stadium.
80,000.
Oh shit, that'd be bad. They could not fill 80,000. They don't even have 80,000 fans.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. Yeah, the Bang Bang Gang got interviewed. Replay from Collision where they were stripped from the
This
AEW
is so
Trios
fucking
titles.
stupid too.
Jay White got hurt, so they stripped them because I don't know why the Freebird rule doesn't exist anymore or some shit in AEW. So they stripped them, but they're getting them a chance to win them back. So the group that won them was Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Jay White. Jay White's hurt, but Juice Robinson's back and he filled Jay White's spot, but that apparently is frowned upon. But now that new group of Juice, Austin Gunn,
But the
Colton
free
Gunn,
bird rule mattered before.
Yeah, it did. So they will be taking on the Patriarchy on Collision to win the titles back.
See, this is just way more complicated than this needs to be. Just have them holding the titles and have this match. Why are we stripping them to have this?
It's done.
And I swear to God, if the Bang Bang game with Juice Robinson wins, which I hope they do, but if they do,
it's the stupidest thing ever. If they
it's
win.
the stupidest fucking thing ever.
All right, let's talk about the main event. AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland taking on Kazuchika Okada. I called it right when it started. Go ahead. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
You're world champion. You're world champion. Your face of the company supposedly gets
10 minutes.
12 minutes. Your international title, your mid-card title, gets an hour.
Yep. And what did I say when the match started? I said there's not gonna be a finish. There wasn't.
There's not even gonna be a finish.
The match was interrupted.
And also, once we get to that end, that was the worst little dust off at the end I've ever seen in my life. That was horrible.
AEW Swerve Strickland gets the win. Technically, he wins via disqualification. The Young Bucks showed up and attacked Swerve. Team AEW of Mark Briscoe, Caster, and Bowens joined in the brawl. Jack Perry and Hangman Page came out for the Army security guards restraining them. And then from the rafters, Darby Allin comes down like Sting used to do. The Elite and Team AEW are separated at the end of the broadcast. And you're right, the scuffle was just dumb. It looks shitty.
It was a bad scuffle. And
Yeah.
hell, Darby came down, and the whole time it took them like 25 seconds to get to one shot of Darby fighting with Jack Perry. It's like you just had him rappel from the ceiling. You're not even showing him fight with Jack Perry, and they had like half-second shot of him. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yep, that's Dynamite.
Oh, and apparently, and I mean, this is really nothing. It's just I'm just bringing it up. AEW has asked Dr. Martha Hart to get the okay to do that rappel shot with Darby, and they also did it when Sting did it. They asked if she was okay with it because obviously what happened to Owen.
Yeah, that was Dynamite. What'd you think?
Great match. The rest, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was tough. Great opener, bad finish. We'll see what
the last hour was just so many stupid things happening. That stupid segment with Mercedes and the Bucks and Okada, while funny, still stupid. The Acclaimed being on Team AEW. Mercedes versus Nyla Rose, horrible match. Strickland Okada, like Okada's just a joke at this point, and you have your world title get 12 minutes to a disqualification finish over your mid-card title getting an hour, being the best match of probably the year on free TV with hardly any build-up when you have a pay-per-view in 5 weeks that you could get more sales on and make more money knowing that you have this big match. But now you got to try to follow up a rematch with a better match than you just had, but that's not possible because they literally just had the best match of the year.
Yeah.
And then that ending, like the ending was, it was cool until you started scuffling, and the scuffle was horrible. Like I hate it. I hate it because they literally just had the first hour was this amazing fucking match, but there was no reason to have that match there. And so really that first hour was awesome but heartbreaking at the exact same time. They have all this wonderful talent to work with and they don't know how to fucking use it properly and they do stupid shit like this.
All right, well, I got to ask you the question. Who was your wrestler of the week?
Fuck. Honestly, MJF.
Same. Yep. It's MJF. Yeah. What else can be said? If you haven't
Close
seen the match,
second would be Rhea Ripley, but
she didn't wrestle. But just her being back.
But yeah, her being back is huge. But MJF, that Ospreay's just a jobber at this point. So MJF, obviously. But no, MJF was amazing. He sold that whole match start to finish. Amazing.
Yeah, agreed. Show of the week.
Raw.
Yeah. It's Monday Night Raw. What sold it for me was the Rowan interview.
Yeah, the Wide Six, Eric Rowan, Rhea Ripley, all the storylines coming together. The matches were great.
Yep. Nothing more to be said about that.
It was like the first 3-hour Raw in a while where I wasn't bored at some point. Sometimes I get a little bored during Raw because it's so long. Really, they should go back to 2 hours. But this was the first Raw in a while, start to finish. I was like, holy fuck, there's so much shit going on.
Well, that's it. That's this week in wrestling. We're back. Took a week off. And we are back rolling again. We'll be back next week, most likely, if work allows us to, because Jesus Christ, it's rough right now. But we're going to try our best to be back next week. But I do think we're going to watch, well, not do think we are. We're going to watch TNA Slammiversary. And if anything crazy happens, we may do an instant reaction to that. We'll hop on and go live or something just to talk about what happened, transpired. Be a little late. I have my other job at the racetrack Saturday, but first thing I'm looking forward to getting home and watching Slammiversary. Another night at the racetrack of don't look at Facebook, don't look at your phone, keep it away just in case something crazy happens.
I got a crazy ass day of work on Saturday, so we're good.
There we go. SummerSlam's coming up. Things are happening in the wrestling world. We'll have more news, rumors, and innuendo, and we look forward to talking to you guys next week. RK, any parting words for the lovely viewers?
Fuck it. If we had a 60-minute show, we would have been at 7 stars. Anyways, hope you know, blah blah blah, something or another.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Top Rope Renegades. I'm Kurt. That's RK. We'll be back next week with all your news, your rumors, your innuendo, and all your recaps. Talk to you guys next time. Oh, bye.